Shout out to my people. My day ones and my stay ones definitely in the building. So we're trying something different today. You guys won't be able to pay attention to, you guys won't notice it, but it'll take a ton of stuff off of me. Listen, we have something that should be pretty cool for you guys tonight. I've been talking about this for quite some time. AJ definitely in the building. Miss Raquel in this situation. Definitely Miss Brenda kicking it with us. Lovelace definitely in this situation. But listen, we've been telling you guys about something for the longest. Oh, you know what? Let's get the chaos in here. Get the chaos going. We've been talking about this for quite some time because of how important it is, and it's astounding to us. It's astounding to us that people really don't get what we're saying when we're talking about these things that have detrimental life outcomes. Like, that's why we started talking about this so much, because I was astounded at how many people hadn't been talking about the later years of people's lives. I was shocked by it myself. I got some clips. The old clips. I had these clips some years ago, but I remember them, right? People sent them to me. They were some of my favorite clips. Let me plug this in real quick. Let me plug this in really quick. Shout out to Lovelace in this situation, rocking on out with us, getting this thing started. You already know. AJ definitely in this situation, kicking this thing off for no reason at all. Listen, if you guys aren't paying attention to life, it'll pass you by. We got some really dope clips from the late, great Kevin Samuels. We're going to start doing more because I see people, now that he's passed, people have started not as much showing clips from some of his greatest work. So I always said if I saw that happen that I would still be doing some of his clips just to make sure his work stayed alive, right? I was astounded from the time that I came in this space right here. I was astounded that people were not talking like, I don't know, even some of the big content creators. I was astounded. People were not telling people and having discussions about the later years of your life. I don't know. Maybe that's just something God put on me. Like, I always knew how serious something like that was. The later years of your life. When our bodies start breaking back down to their original forms, right? When it starts getting easier for the doctor to give us a bad diagnosis. When we go to the store to get this or to get that, and it ends up in a car accident, now I have one leg. Nobody's talking about this, but you mean nobody? I haven't heard anybody in these spaces have this conversation, right? I haven't heard anybody in these spaces have this conversation, but we're going to have it today. We're definitely going to have it today. Pay attention, people, to what's going on in the later years of your life. Let's go.
For one bottle. So height, weight, dress size, looks. Ladies, that for one bottle. So height, weight, dress size, looks. Ladies, that is the basis of your buying power at the men's store. You know what? But you know what? What starts taking stuff away from your value? If you weigh too much, you gotta take money away. If you too old, you gotta take money away. If you got kids, you gotta take money away. If you are masculine, you lack femininity, you got basically you maintain.
Listen, I need to pause this. Listen, I've told you guys several times. I swear to you right now. I've told you guys several times. There have been concepts that there have been concepts that I have done simulated models for. I swear to you right now, me and the late great Kevin Samuels could have finished sentences for each other. And I'm talking about probably at a 90% level. Probably at a 90% level. Did you guys hear what he just said? He was talking, of course, it may not be anything huge, but listen, I want you to hear this.
For one bottle. So height, weight, dress size, looks. Ladies, that is the basis of your buying power at the men's store.
Now, it's not the exact same, but you guys know that I always teach you guys. Well, I make the example of women making sure that these are perky and that their dating money, their dating money in their wallet is overflowing, so that when they go to the Amazon Amazing Man store, and I can tell he's kind of talking along those lines too, because it only makes sense. You have to have something in order to purchase your man with. And I think that's very offensive to people, but we have to have some type of currency, something to trade for everything. I think it just gets sensitive to people when we talk in terms of human beings. But even that, you have to have something. You have to have something of equal or more value to trade in order to get this person enticed by you. You just do. We all know this. Gorgeous chicks aren't running around with the homeless guys up under Skid Row. But I bet you change their socioeconomic status and those women will pay attention to them. We all know it. We all know it because now those men will have something of equal or more value to trade. Your dating money has to be up to par. Vernon definitely in this situation rocking with us. Listen, your dating money has to be up to par. And the crazy part is with men, we are up under no illusion. We know. We don't even fake it. We know we have to either go get our money right. We have to go get ourselves together at the gym. We don't believe that we're just entitled to things. But see, we've never really had anything outside of our charisma, outside of our confidence, outside of our grit, outside of our strength and our physique and our looks, that would cause us to even think that we're entitled to anything. We move along in life just as good people, working and things like that. This is what we do, right? Women have had something that has led them to believe that they are entitled. They believe, listen, there's women that a lot of women believe if they come in your presence, that was blessing enough. I got a coochie and titties. If I had a thought about it, there's a clip that I saw today that was alluding to it, but let's go.
You know what? But you know what? What starts taking stuff away from your value? If you weigh too much, you gotta take money away. If you too old, you gotta take money away. If you got kids, you gotta take money away. If you are masculine, you lack femininity, basically you maintain your value until you can get to the man's store and take what you
listen. Listen, there's been so many times, probably at least 20 times, that I've seen a Kevin Samuels clip. And listen, this right here, you guys know I've been doing this. Ain't that something? I've seen him do that, right? But I believe he just understood all of this in simplicity like I did. I knew about this stuff when I was 10 years old. I knew it 10 years old. I wasn't going to be dating a ratchet jigaboo. I knew this. I knew this. I had feelings and understandings about myself. At the age of 10 years old, I knew I was going to have a doorman. I knew I was going to live somewhere. I knew I was going to be successful. I knew all of these things, right? And then I came across my brother. He used to get irritated at how impressed I was with Kevin Samuels because it's like word for word. His understandings were my understandings, word for word. Right, but let's go.
You got saved up and make a purchase. Life gives you all your eggs up front, and everybody in the world tells you that that thing in between your legs is valuable, and men worldwide want it.
And this is what creates the entitlement. This is what creates the entitlement. When people believe that they have something that most people want. Oh, let me get rid of that. Not only that, when you've been told that that thing that you have is high level valuable, you snark up a little bit. You start feeling some type of way about yourself. But the truth of the matter is,
let's be realistic, Samuel. It's about value.
Yeah, and your value is low.
Oh wow! And how do you know that? You're not
Because
sure
you're 5'4" and 200 pounds.
Let's be realistic, Samuel. It's about value.
Yeah, and your value is low.
Oh wow! And how do you know that? You're not
Because
sure.
you're 5'4" and 200 pounds.
Okay.
And 37 years old with 2 kids. That's how I know. In Kentucky.
Okay, that's your opinion.
It's not my opinion.
You never seen my body before, so you.
I don't have to see your body. I know you're 5'4" and almost 200 pounds with 2 kids in Kentucky, and I see your picture.
You just say.
And I'm listening to how you talk, and I'm listening to your energy. I'm listening to your tone. I'm listening to your relationships. See what it is. You ladies don't like when somebody is just direct with you, honest. I got no dog in this fight. I had a woman on here earlier, and I told her she was absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't trying to screw you. You ain't giving me no money. What am I getting out of this?
Nothing.
So why do I have to lie? And let's just get right to the absolute core of it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you attracting higher value men?
Am I attracting higher value men?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
For marriage.
Okay, repeat that one more time.
Are you attracting them for marriage?
No.
the problem that we have with you guys is the way we as men run this world. We have to implement systems. We have to implement protocols, things that allow us to know when things are moving the way they should, when things are not moving the way that they should. We have to establish a sense of value in things. That's what systems do for us. You guys think that we're making fun of you. You guys think that we're trying to be mean. We're not. When we tell you probably what your dating value is, we're speaking in general terms of what who historically has gotten purchased by high value men, who historically has gotten purchased by MOVs, men of value. You guys know that I teach that a man of value is not a high value man. I wish people would leave that high value man concept alone and stop talking about it. Most will never even encounter it. Most of you who are down here right now don't have a friend who has a friend who is married to a high paid entertainment attorney. You don't have a friend who has a friend who is married to a banker. You haven't encountered this. So we don't understand when you guys start. Where did this thirst, this new acquired taste for millionaire men? Historically, black people have not had millionaires in their family, historically, the average, right? Where did, the internet. That's where it came from. These people got these taste buds from the internet. I don't think I like that. What you guys did to yourself is you sabotaged yourself. You started charging so much for yourself to where you were never able to really sit back and calmly assess yourself and give yourself a legitimate evaluation. Which is why you're all over the place now. I believe I deserve him. I believe I deserve him. I believe I deserve. And it's not working. It's not working. If something isn't working, that's okay. You can tweak it. You guys are coming into people's lives with children, and you don't think that you have to compensate for that and somehow make it a fair deal. Men are the movers and shakers of the world. We build and implement all of the systems that cause every other evaluation. So we're evaluating you. We're asking ourselves, does this sound like a fair deal? We take you through the x-ray machine the first time we meet you. We're even looking at your feet. We're looking at your feet. We're looking at your butt. We're looking at your tatas. We're looking at your face. And then once we delve into it, we're asking how many kids you have. That is the criteria for your assessment. And all of those questions that we ask, however many things you have going on that are things that we're generally not attracted to, we start deducting points for that. And what you have at the end is a legitimate, logical surmise of how we feel about you as it pertains to a romantic capacity. But you think that we're being mean. We're evaluating you honestly is what we're doing. Same way you do us. So to be honest,
For one bottle. So height, weight, dress size, looks. Ladies, that is the basis of your buying power at the men's store. You know what? But you know what? What starts taking stuff away from your value? If you weigh too much, you gotta take money away. If you too old, you gotta take money away. If you got kids, you gotta take money away. If you are masculine, you lack femininity, you got.
The more things that you have that men, listen, the more things that you have going on that men find unattractive brings your value down. Why don't you know that? The more things that you have in your life that men are unattracted to, it brings your dating value down. It's almost similar to men, but our starting out value doesn't start as high as yours, right? We start getting assessed by women from a monetary component, from a height component, from a confidence component. And those are all things that can be worked on if when you see us, we don't have those things right then and there. Those are all things that we can work on. Now, the things that you guys have attached to you that typically are unattractive to men that bring your value down, a lot of them aren't things that you can work on. They're not things that you can work on. You can't work on those kids that you had from previous relationships. What can you do with that? I can't even help you fix that. There's no doorstep that we can drop them little illegitimate bastards off on. I'm terrible. I never said that I wasn't. But we can't do anything about that. And that right there on the Richter scale is like an 8. The children are an 8. So that means you have some 8s on a scale of 1 to 10 that are uncomfortable to men, that men find unattractive. You have some 8s that we can't fix, that we can't do anything about. Right? Your weight. You can do something about it, but is it likely you will? No. Your face. You can't do anything about it. You can't do anything about that. Ladies, what we're telling you is what you're trying to get, in a lot of cases, you don't qualify for it. And it is the very reason that you haven't been able to get it all of your life. It's like you guys have been working at the Salvation Army and you keep every Friday, you keep taking your black ASS up to the Bentley dealership trying to convince them to lease you one of those Bentleys. They keep telling you no, but you keep going up there every Friday like the damn fool that you are. They even think you're crazy. They believe you're crazy. Why does she keep coming up here? And it's the same way with you guys holding out for that guy that you have concocted up in your head who's a hunk or a dreamboat. You've never gotten him. You've never gotten him.
Basically, you maintain your value until you can get to the men's store and take what you got saved up and make a purchase. Life gives.
If I understand him correctly, from my perspective of dating money, you guys know that I teach it. When you want to go shopping for an amazing man, it's when your boobs are perky. Yeah, like when they lay down and the nipple just... Back to the show. Right? But seriously, when you have the boobs that Angelina Jolie used to have, right? When you're thin, when your weight is up to par, right? When your hair is healthy, when you have no kids, this is when you're supposed to be shopping for your husband, because it increases the odds of him saying yes. In some cases, it would be foolish for him to say no. Here you are coming in your youthful beauty. Hey, people, over here on YouTube, we got half the likes. Let's get those likes up, YouTube. You guys hit that thumbs up. It lets everybody else know that the hottest show online is, in fact, online. Listen, did you know as it pertains to dating, there's nothing wrong with being ugly? Because you can still score. But if you're ugly and you're walking around like you're fine, it is the equivalent of driving around in a box Chevy in today's time. What was it? 1986 box Chevy with a couple of dents in it, things like that, no rims, some rust here and there, small specks, but you're trying to get Tesla Cybertruck prices for it. Now, I have to ask you guys, everyone that you walk up on trying to sell that box Chevy for Tesla truck prices, how many people do you think are going to pay that? Ladies, it's the same with you. People are assessing you even as a human being. They're assessing you as a human being. And from an opposite sex perspective, they're assessing you as a potential dating candidate. So they're being very thorough about all of the things that they do and don't like about you. See, you can lie to yourself, but a potential dating candidate can't. Because that person is legitimately, in an unbiased fashion, scanning you to see how many of the things he just loves about women are connected to you.
You all your eggs up front, and everybody in the world, kids, you gotta take money away. If you are masculine, you lack femininity, you got basically you maintain your value until you can get to the men's store and take what you got saved up and make a purchase. Life gives you all your eggs up front, and everybody in the world tells you that that thing in between your legs is valuable, and men worldwide want it.
Listen, people, I'm being very bluntly honest with you. You are a product whether you like it or not. You were sold on your people were sold on the open slave market. They had prices, and slaves had prices according to things. The stronger ones, the more buff black men, they were going for more than the scrawny men who sit like this generally. Why does you know what? That's a pretty cool pose, Miss Chat Christie. I want a woman to come up here because I want to talk to somebody. Miss Christie,
Hello.
tell me how
How
your
are you,
evening
Andrew?
is going.
It's going great. How's yours?
Listen, my life is absolutely amazing, seriously.
It looked like.
Appreciate you.
How are you doing today?
Everything is good. I have a question for you. Do Why is it a problem for us to assess ourselves like products? Like if we tell people, well, on the dating market, you probably don't qualify for this caliber of man or woman, and here's why. Typically and historically, rich men have always been able to get higher. Why does it bother, and particularly women? Why does it bother a woman when now anything is possible? Of course, you can see somebody. It rains on a dog's ass every once in a while, right? But for the most part, we don't typically see average looking women walking around with billionaires, right? So when we do shows like this and we let women know that there's a price on them, just like there's a price on us, and our price go down, like Stacey Prince. If I wasn't 6'3", I'd listen. I live in LA. If I was 5'1" around here, my value, these women would tear me to pieces because that's something that they don't particularly fancy. Now, why is it a problem when we tell women, respectfully, when we tell women, sweetheart, you're like 250 pounds, you're going to have a tough time getting that caliber of man? Why is there a problem?
Because some women are delusional.
She just killed that.
I mean, it's actually an insult to women, like those of us that work out and like that actually put in the work.
Hey, hold
right?
on, y'all. This sound familiar? This sound familiar? What did I tell you guys? It's disrespectful for the women who do take care of themselves for a
Yep.
woman who doesn't to think she's entitled to the same quality of man as the women who are putting the work in.
That's a fact. I just got here. I didn't even know you said that.
That is a philosophy of mine. I've told them several times. It's not fair that you are actually putting in the work, but here she believes she could sit on the couch weighing every bit of 250 pounds, eating bombs, has 3 children by 3 different men, kind of uncooperative, kind of sassy, but she qualifies for the same caliber of men that women who are nice, feminine, and pleasant to be around. It doesn't work like that.
It's an insult, actually. I'm not gonna lie, it's an insult. But I mean, some women think that we don't have to compete. They think of competition as like, we're the gladiator times or we're in the ring.
Right,
No,
right.
if he's a man of standard, he's going to have multiple women that are vying for his attention. So, just showing up and being yourself, that's putting yourself in competition, just not outright competition, gladiator style. But if we want these high caliber men, but we want to be delusional about him being attractive to other women.
Right. Where'd you get your understanding from?
My dad.
I was about to say you were raised with your dad, weren't you?
I was.
100% of the time when women come up here and we see they're pleasant, when it seems like their logic is intact and they can understand simple things, I always ask them, you had your dad in your life, didn't you? It's yes. It means the conversation that I'm having with you right now, it's not something that's foreign to you because you've heard it before and you've heard it from a man. So when Stacey Prince says it, it doesn't trigger you like, hold on, you got me fucked up. No, because you've heard your dad talk along these elements before. That's why we tell people how vital it is that fathers be attached to these children, be it women or be it girls or boys. Fathers need to be attached. And it's not just my information. There's research all over. If this is one thing that everybody agrees upon, All research leads to a father in a child's life gives that child significant levels of advantages over children who were not raised with their father, right? So do you think it's really a type of delusion? Do you believe, and now I know my beliefs, but do you believe that the delusion amongst women is really real to where like it really does something to their eyes?
Yeah, it does something to their eyes.
Like to where they can't see what we can see. They can't acknowledge what we can acknowledge. Like, no, I see all 250 of those pounds. I'm not being mean to you, but I'm saying that's probably not what Michael B. Jordan is going to pick.
Yeah, well, because what I saw on Kevin Samuels, the guy you have behind you, like I've actually subscribed, right? So most of the things he said, I liked. Some things I was like, ooh, wee, that burned a little bit. But one of the things that I did see was I'm from Houston. I'm in Houston, and some of those women, that he had on there, I don't know if it's like it's okay to have high self-esteem, but it's also okay to be realistic about where you are and who you are, right?
You have to.
I'm 40, so I know I'm not competing with a woman in her 20s. Like that's wild, right? So there are other things that I have to do, like work out, take care of myself, take care of my skin, things like that. But I'm not in competition with the woman in her 20s, but I'm honest about that. There are some women that aren't honest about where they are and what they qualify for. I cannot show up and ask for a Bentley and I can't maintain it.
Yeah, she's
Right?
working over here at In-N-Out Burger, showing up at the Bentley dealership. Like, listen, I want that one. But listen, here's the crazy part. It's not that they showed up one time. They keep showing up every Friday. Like, have you guys found a Bentley in my price range there? And the people they're trying not to call you any names and things, right? And what I'm likening the Bentley dealership to is the universe, right? The universe keeps giving you every indication that no matter how many times you DM Michael B. Jordan, he's not, but they will continue. And while they're continuing, guess what they're doing? Overlooking the men who would treat them like goddesses, the men who they really qualify for. It's like an insane trap. It's like an insane merry-go-round that, listen, they've been on it for 40 years. They've been on this merry-go-round for 40 years. And we sit back and watch. We're like, how do you guys keep doing this to yourselves? Are you married?
No.
Tell me why. Tell me why.
Oh, a lot of reasons. One reason was I was chasing my career. I was in the military, so I was chasing my career and saying one thing but doing another. So I said I wanted to get married, but then I took this job, or I was stationed here. I wasn't stationary to be caught. I was a moving target. So I was praying for one thing and then asking for another. So finally settled down and all that, got a house and all those good things. So that, and honestly, like my attitude. Mm-hmm.
When you're the type who will say it, though, it could be fixed. If you're the type who will even say that and admit that, it could be fixed. The people who can't fix their attitude is the women who act like they don't even have nothing wrong with their attitude.
No, it's definitely my attitude. I'm aware of it. Because I can be witty, but sometimes that wit is like smarting.
Right.
So I'm aware of that. I'm cognizant of it.
Okay. Are you doing it? You do know that repetition can wipe out just about anything. Do you know that there's exercises that you can do? And I want to touch on something you said earlier. There's a dating course that I'm about to launch. It's already finished. It's amazing. It's beyond amazing, right? And in that dating course, it talks about something that you had just brought up. You were like, and it's smart of you. You were like, I'm not under the illusion I can compete with a 20-year-old, 30 or something like that. There are 40-year-old women who can compete with a 30-year-old woman. If that 30-year-old woman I don't know what happened to you guys. Oh yes, I do. Feminism, social media, all of the ratchet music. It's like you guys have literally forgot the power of femininity. It's nothing. It's unmatched. You want to hypnotize a man? Be soft. Yes, babe. That stuff right there. You'll come home the next day, and there'll be an envelope right there with a portion of your student loan debt paid off. It's like I don't know. Like, see, men haven't changed. Men haven't changed. Women changed. Women went from feminine to masculine and things like that. Men didn't go from masculine to feminine. Not the men who aren't gay, right? So the things that have worked on us historically, they still work on us. Even though the things that have worked on you guys historically, a lot of them don't work on you anymore. We were programmed. We were taught to bring you guys flowers. We were taught to be real chivalrous and romantic. We were taught to pretty much cater to women. That turns women today off. It turns modern women off. He just act too weak, girl, and I don't know. I want a confident man, a man who would check me when it's time, right? We didn't change. So that feminine behavior, it still works on us. But you guys don't know how to do it. Not you, of course, but you guys don't know how to do it because you've been hanging around friends who aren't feminine. You've been, and did, period. Ugh. Listen, there's no way I could touch a woman like that. Not even just on a one-night stand. Like, there's something about that stuff that really rubs me the wrong way. It's almost the equivalent of putting in my head, delving off in bed with another man. That's masculine behavior. And it's repelling us away from women. That's why you hear so many women saying bad things about men. It's not that the men are bad. We're really just treating you according to how you're presenting yourself to us. A soft, feminine woman who's in shape, at 40 years old, she can compete with a girl in her 30s. Because men will take an okay looking woman who's feminine, right? Who's peaceful, who's cooperative, over a really cute 30-year-old who got some of that sass in her and she got a kid or something like that. Even if she don't have a kid, she got some of that sass in her. It's kind of hard to, she's not that pliable. See, you guys haven't been paying attention to men. We're really, really, really simple. We are really simple. If you think about the things men ask for when it comes to dating versus the things women ask for when it comes to dating, one has a significantly shorter list than the other one. We just want you to be cute, right? Fit and feminine. That's it. You guys, Negro got to make $250,000 a year, be 6'4.5", be handsome, be faithful, all of these things, which each requirement that you impose makes it that much more difficult to attain it, and it shrinks your dating pool up more and more and more. Are you aware of that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. One thing though is I think that when y'all say y'all don't require much, I think y'all should stop saying that. I'm not gonna lie.
Tell me why.
Because I do think that gives women a scapegoat to give you the minimum. I think that if you require a woman to respect you, whatever that looks like, sounds like, you want her to be family oriented, genuine, caring, thoughtful. Like, it's nothing wrong with saying that. I think whenever y'all do that,
feminine, and friendly. That's all we require. That's why I
Well,
say we don't require
y'all wanted to
much.
shut up during the game. You know what I'm saying? Y'all wanted to go sit down.
But check this out. Check this out. If babe is just sweet and she's what. So listen, I wanted to say something since the time you came up here. There's a thing that people find offensive. Listen, there's a such thing as a special woman. Everybody's not a special woman. The things, a special woman, she has her way with the world. She's so special, in fact, she has her way with women who are in high places, right? She opens doors. People just want to see really good things happen to her. This is one of those positive women to where you just want good things to happen to her. She doesn't talk too much. She's feminine. She smiles often, right? She's soft. Whenever she comes around, you know that this is not the caliber of woman who gossips. This is the type of woman who's, if she is on social media, her Instagram has 2 or 3 pictures in wrinkled up sweatpants, hair undone, but they're not any. It's none of that. There's about 3 pictures probably of her playing with her cat. Hasn't been on social media in 6 months. Those pictures are old because she's not in tune with what the world has going on. She's in tune with the world she's created around herself. What I mean when I say a special woman, a lot of the things that women have going on that turn men off, you run your mouth a little bit too much. I'm going to kick your butt. You better stop it. You know I'm live. There's women who are so special that, in fact, the things that other women are flawed in, not only does this woman not have an attitude, not only does she know how to smile, right? Some women have to learn, oh, you say I don't smile enough and I look mean? Okay. Oh, you say I'm kind of sassy sometimes? Okay. You say my weight. This woman right here, all of those complaints, this special woman, she's already amazing in those areas. But here's the kicker. She's not a smart mouth. She's friendly already. She's fit. And it's effortless. She doesn't even have to work hard to do it. It's just who she is. That's why she's special. Do you see what I'm saying? She doesn't even have to work at this. Whereas other women probably got to take some type of course, go through some type of therapy, things like that. This woman is like this effortlessly. Everybody around her likes her, right? People simply want to see. Listen, even when dealing with men, she's able to select a higher level of men. And here's why. Because she knows she's special. And therefore, she won't even put herself in the hands of a man who she doesn't believe is worthy of her. So her breakups and her dating experiences, they're completely different from other women's experiences. Because she knows her value. She's not desperate. She'll go another year or 2 without dating or having sex. So that means it's easier for her to sift and select through the men in the dating pool without latching on to one of them out of desperation, because she knows she's good if it doesn't happen. I'll continue. I love hanging out with my mom. I love hiking and things like that. A lot of women are having bad dating experiences because their value is so low that they're desperate and they'll latch on to any man. And when you're like that, you're liable. It's like picking for fruit at the grocery store. You're picking, this one's bruised, this one's this and that. This one ain't as bruised, so I'm going to take it anyway. But then when you get it home and you start unraveling it, that place where that bruise was is a lot larger on the inside than you thought. Problems, right? And this is what I'm talking about. This is definition-wise. This woman is special for the simple fact that the things we have to go get therapy for, the things that we have to work at, God created her without those flaws. Do you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. When you talked about the grocery store, like I've said this to people, that it's like when you go to the grocery store hungry, right? Like you don't make the best choices.
I agree.
Candy and cookies, everything that's not good for you because you're hungry.
I agree.
But when you go to the grocery store and you're not hungry, you make better choices.
I agree.
And some folks out here, they're going to that dating store hungry, and so they're willing to take anything, right? But if you're working on your healing, right? You're working on yourself and you're working on being content with who you are, then you're showing up content, then you make better choices. You're not making choices out of desperation or out of hunger or thirst. You make better choices.
I'm about to tell you something that's going to get up under your skin a little bit. Turbulence, people. For those of you who aren't familiar with the show, when you hear that, I'm probably about to ruffle some feathers. I think it was better when men were allowed to put their hands on their women. Not anything crazy. Snatch her up when she's, this and that. The reason I suggest that, not the only reason, but all of us, you know what? that highly addictive substance, it's white and it ravaged the black community. There's a lot of money in that. A lot of money. The reason men like myself won't deal with it, because the repercussions are too high. I won't even entertain the thought of it. We all behave better when there is a low-level threat, right? It's why you see African American women particularly, I wish you would, your black ass be in jail, even though the domestic discipline that I was about to confront you with was life-saving. When I grab you, like you call me out of my name, things like that, it's likely it won't happen again. See, men have that emotional regulation. Most men do, right? To where, unless we were born with a crazy temper and it runs down in our family or something like that, we know how to not let things get too far. But a woman, when she unleashes, and it's almost as if she isn't aware, you fuck ass nigga, you bitch, all of that stuff, right? That's never supposed to happen. Did you know that a woman was never supposed to raise her voice at a man? And I want to see, do you know that?
Have I heard about domestic discipline?
No. Did you know that a woman was never supposed to raise her voice to a man?
Yeah. My dad's a preacher, so.
Okay. Now, could you imagine if I prefer fear over respect, right? Respect can be faked. Fear cannot. Could you imagine if all of the women in America had a small, healthy fear? Then nah, if I say this and that to him, y'all know he gonna go off, probably grab me up. Could you imagine how the number of disrespect calls would decrease overnight? We all do it. We all adhere to structure. When there's a threat in place or something, like, there's a girl that came on the late great Kevin Samuels show, and she was unruly. She was talking about I be disrespecting him and da 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 da. And he said, "Why do you do that?" She said, "I don't know." He said this. He said, if we were revert back to time where men were allowed to discipline their women, would you talk to him like that? She said, no. Like, basically, I'm getting away with what I can get away with. And here's the key goal in these relationships. Peace. Peace. The thing that, outside of finances, the things that blows these relationships up is the opposite of peace. It's chaos. It's all of those things, right? If you call, the Bible says this. What the heck? The Bible says, cast out the scorner and the strife shall cease. If the strife, the chaos, and the turbulence inside of a relationship disappears, almost every incentive for that relationship to crumble disappears. But women will get out of line. It's just in your nature. I'll prove it. At the last 10 years, have you been in a relationship?
Yes.
If I ask you something, you're going to be honest with me.
Sure.
The last 10 years of your relationship, have you ever snapped out and yelled at your guy?
I have.
She said, I have.
I have. Do I like that? No, I actually, with in that relationship, he raised his voice a lot, and I agree with Vaughn in the chat. Like, I mean, when a man, I mean, maybe because I'm a daddy's girl, but when a man raises his voice at me, like, I'm just like, well, where are you doing that? Like, it's a whole
right.
That I don't even like. That's why I don't agree with domestic discipline, because a man with authority can command it with his tone, right? And so
hold on. Now, we both are aware of those. I have them in my family. I wish you would, bitch ass nigga. Now that exists.
Absolutely. I don't even use that word though.
So okay, so that means in most situations, especially with a black woman, you can't command with your voice. Like, it's a little different when it comes to black women. I wish you would, your black ass would be in jail.
Yeah, I don't listen. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there aren't women that do that. Not gonna lie. But it's a fact. Okay,
and in an event like that, how do you handle that?
I mean, I would. Then
Hold
she
on,
needs to be
Me
on
and
the
you been
curb.
together for 10 years too. And we building some stuff. We done bought 3 properties together. So I can't
Mhm.
just straight up dismiss you because that'll be like all that I've invested in, all of the time, all of the things that we've invested in together. Just throw it away. No, you're gonna get some act right going on. We're gonna stay in this relationship. Now, with a woman like that who occasionally always you fucking rolling eyes and all, how does a man handle that? If not to get physical. And I don't mean punch. There's never a reason to punch a woman. Never.
Yeah, no, I mean, I still think that woman. See, the thing is that there are too many men that accept that behavior and do nothing about it.
Okay, so what do you do? Let's talk about it.
I don't know why men give those women the time of day.
I didn't ask
I
you that.
really don't.
What does a man do? Motherfucker always got
He
something to
leaves
say.
her.
How you gonna leave somebody and you got 10 years worth of assets with them and then go start all over with a stranger?
Mm-hmm.
No, see, that's what's hurting us.
No,
Sweetie, listen, we can't. Okay, listen. Do you know what set us back tremendously? Why we don't have our own banks and why we don't have things? Because
Tell me why.
Sweetie, when we would build it's not that we didn't build it. Our forefathers were go-getters. People like to talk about Black Wall Street, but there's about 50 Black Wall Streets. Whenever we would build our own community, white Americans would get bored over there in their communities, come looking for us to destroy communities it took us 15 years to build. Listen, we would go somewhere else and build. They would come not only destroy it, but there would be like 40 bodies that people's lives they would take. Do you know how long it would take to rebuild a community after people have destroyed this one? Do you know what all entails starting off? We only live around 70 to 80 years old. It only takes around 2 times for a marriage to go bad for a man, for him to not be able to recuperate with another woman. I was with her when me and her got together. Excuse me, I was already 40. 10 years of that went down the drain. Got rid of her, now I'm 50, get with another woman. It worked for 8 years. You see, we don't even have the time to do what you're suggesting. Reset. So no, this gonna work. And you're gonna watch your mouth. You disagree with that?
No, I agree. But if a woman is calling you a bitch ass, like she's doing all of that,
You don't even
pick
pick a woman like that in the first place. You don't pick a woman like that in the first place. I'm talking about that. Always got something to say. And the rolling of the eyes and all of that. See, that can be straightened out. You know how I know? Because I was in the streets. But when they raised those penalties, I'm good on this. When they start passing out 50 years for one transaction, I'm good on that. Y'all can have all this money. And women will fall into check just the same way. The brother BJ.
Peace. What's up, brother?
Man, life is amazing, man. How's everything going for you?
Bro, everything I shoot is nothing but net.
That's my man's right there. Listen, I've heard your takes on these. And of course, we know I'm never talking about, there's never a time to punch a woman. I don't know what would have to happen. There's never a time for that, right? I'm definitely getting, if it even goes anywhere towards that, you're getting out. You know what I mean? I don't want to start over, but you got to go, right? Do you believe that listen, I want to say this too. I want you to know this, Miss Christie. When you get married, you belong to that man. You are his. You guys just do this thing a different way.
fact.
Yeah. When our grannies and them was getting married, they looked at it like, nah, don't look at her. That's Jeroboam's woman. And they were serious, but boy, you lose your life looking at this woman. Now, BJ, my question to you is this, BJ. Don't raise your hand to no woman. We not about to encourage that. I preach that. Are you kidding me? But listen, BJ, my question to you is this. You guys have been doing your thing. I'm talking about you got 3-4 houses together. Assets are wrapped up. But there's a couple of things that she do. You don't warn her about it. And when you check her about the rolling her eyes things and the smart mouth, walking away with a little something, mumbling a little something. You checked her about it, and the times you checked her about it, she was able to pull it together for a week, but then she go back to her old, and then there comes a time where she squares up with you and walks up on you, yelling just as loud as you are. How do you handle that?
Girls are girls, and girls are girls. Girls sucking their teeth and rolling their eyes and getting a little funky attitude because there's something about a woman in a romantic relationship. She could be a CEO in her public life, but in the house with her man, she's closer to um, uh, the girl than she is to whatever she portrays herself to be. I, I I'll check you about that stuff, right? But I'm not tripping about that stuff if it's out of hand. Now, the last part you mentioned was her walking up and squaring up and doing all of that.
1 second,
Now,
BJ. Shout out to my bro Diggs over here supporting the show. I appreciate the love, my guy. Shout out to Larry Love, definitely in the building, always supporting the show. They don't make but $50,000 a year and want a high value man. And this is what we talking about, bro. And it hasn't happened, and it's not going to happen, but they won't acknowledge that it's not going to happen. Go ahead, bro.
yeah. So, but if you trying to walk up on me and you squaring up on me and all of that, then you can get the fuck up out my house. We're not doing that at all. We're not doing that.
But at that exact moment, what are you going to do? At that exact moment.
And at that exact moment, that's a woman. I don't give a damn if she walk up on me. I do the same thing I would do if a 13-year-old walked up on me. Women weigh 140 pounds and they 5'5". I don't give a damn what a woman is gonna do. I get up and walk out the house, but we'd sit down and talk, and I tell her she need to get her shit and get the hell up out my house because you're not gonna. We're not doing that at all. The bare minimum is respect. You get a little attitude, that's fine, cool. Hey, whatever. You're a girl. I love you. You jiggle when you walk and you smell good. I don't care. But if you think you're going to get in my face and talk crazy, then you can get the fuck out my house.
How, listen, when our grandfathers would snatch a woman up and things like that, how is it? Now that's you, of course, I understand that. But point that I'm making, all of us perform better under the threat of some type of discipline. When our grandfathers, and I'm not talking about beating nobody, but when our grandfathers would grab a woman by both of her arms and stuff like that, do you find it ironic that the women were better? Way better than these educated women. Way better.
So check this out. This is something that I came to the conclusion of. And when I say this, it don't make a lot of sense to me. All right. Men and women are, in general, people are not that bright. And not only are most people not that bright, a lot of people, especially nowadays, lack civility and maturity.
That's crazy.
And so if you were a person back then where you lacked civility and maturity, then boundaries, limitations you didn't place on yourself were placed on you by the fact that somebody would grip you up.
Hold on real quick, BJ. I want you to listen. I want you guys to know how far we have broken. BJ, let them know what you mean when you say civility.
Yeah, civility is, like a level of consideration that you speak with when you talk to other people, and also having a standard that you impose upon yourself about what your presentation is going to be.
He said we don't even have that anymore. This is we're almost.
They outside in bonnets. There isn't.
That's a bonnet.
There's no level of. There's no standard that you impose upon yourself because of how much you respect yourself about how you're going to present yourself to the world when it comes to our women or our men. And it's so apparent with our women because our women were the status of classy.
Crazy how that flipped around.
Yeah.
Give me a second, BJ. Listen, I am a listen. And of course, these are differing opinions, but I am a huge fan. I am a Dub. Okay, you get your See.
Stacy, that Savage wants to come up.
I seen it. I'm doing it a certain way tonight. I got you.
Okay.
Um,
So you one of the things that has changed is that before worse people could get better outcomes because there were guardrails on your behavior, like getting choked up. But now all of that stuff is illegal.
I believe in
And
all
so
of
you
that.
have to place these limitations on yourself. And a lot of people lack the civility and maturity and intelligence and self respect to place any limitations on themselves about how they present themselves or how they treat other people and how they move.
They're
And
not supposed
so
to have
you
options. They don't tolerate it
right
in the military. The United States became the most powerful country in the world because they don't tolerate. They don't tolerate certain
exactly.
things at all, man. And listen, I'm not starting over. You come into a marriage with me, it's going to work. I'm not starting over. You can't handicap me in life like that. You can't hurt my time. So I had a meeting with Damon Johns one day. He said this, bro. He said, if all you want is my money, that's nothing. He said, but now, when you start talking about my time, people don't play about their time, man. These people got hundreds of millions of dollars. And the thing that they are most concerned with is how can I get more time? They start working out. Look at Dr. Dre, man. League of people, they start sharing secrets. And then when you get around some of the other ones, yeah, bro, Dr. Dre, but man, I see you done got cut up. Yeah, bro, I live a really good life, man. I want to enjoy all of this stuff for as long as I can. Now, Dr. Dre is like, it's the time people want more time. You're not going to cause me to start over. Because listen, after I start over and she tries to go as far as she can, am I to let her waste another 10 years? No, you're going to get right. You're going to act
Stacy,
right. You're going to make this work.
hey Stacy, I'ma tell you, I understand your take, but for me, the only relationship that matters in my life is my relationship with God.
Uh-huh.
And the reason that relationship matters so much is because of the gratitude that I feel for what he did on the cross. And the level of peace that it gives me, the level of peace that it gives me is so valuable. And to give that peace away to a fool, I'm just not willing to do that for any amount of money. I've made lots of money before and then dropped down and had to rebuild. I've had to rebuild in my life at least twice,
Give me a
and I'll
second,
do
real
it
quick.
again.
Give
I'll
me a,
do it again. If I had to, I'd do it again.
give me a
We
second.
just talk about my house.
Oh man, that's a little bit too far right there.
Yeah, healthy people protect their peace, Stacy.
I know the scriptures also say
Better
you
than
withhold the
better
rod,
than
you spoil the child.
Hey, if you ain't, I'm a pretty easygoing person. I'm not a master. I don't stand over you and everything got to be a certain way. I'm pretty easy to please, right?
Race Squad.
If,
Most admit
if
this channel
you,
resonates with
if
all men worldwide. Salute, Mr. Prince. I appreciate the love and respect, brother. I appreciate it, man. United
with
Kingdom
as easy,
definitely in the building.
yeah, with as easy as I am to get along with, if you got me feeling like I need to put my hands on you, you got to get up out my house. Cause you got to be stone cold crazy to get me to that level. Cause I'm as chill as they come.
No, I'm not even going to be to that level. I'm going to let you know that thing that you just did. But listen, I want us to get back to what the topic was. I'm going to go ahead and replay this for you guys, in case you guys didn't hear it. We're talking about this dating money thing, you know.
What was I going to say? I was listening to, I'm not going to say,
I'm going to hit it with this.
what was I going to say? For one bottle. So height, weight, dress size, looks. Ladies, that is the basis of your buying power at the men's store. You know what? But you know what? What starts taking stuff away from your value? If you weigh too much, you gotta take money away. If you too old, you gotta take money away. If you got kids, you gotta take money away. If you are masculine, you lack femininity. You got basically you maintain your value until you can get to the man's store and take what you got saved up and make a purchase. Life gives you all your eggs up front, and everybody in the world tells you that that thing in between your legs is valuable, and men worldwide want it.
Listen, what we're talking about today is women missing out on going to the Amazon Amazing Man store when their wallet is full. I always tell people that your dating money, there's a wallet, and it has perky boobs in it. It has chastity in it. It has no kids in it. This wallet is swollen up. This wallet is getting fat now, right? It has pleasantness, healthy hair, and it has youthful beauty in it. This wallet is fat. At this point, you can go to the Amazon Amazing Man store and you can say, yeah, that one way up there, sir. Right? But see, once you get around out there on the dating highway and you start acting a fool, you want to get passed around, your chastity is down, you just lost some money, right? And throughout getting passed around, you got a couple of kids by a couple of different men. Listen, I want to say this to all you ladies. If your dating money, your youthful beauty, your perky boobs, your healthy hair, your age, around late 20s, something like that, no children. If those things cause you to start out with $1,000, you have one kid and you go down to about $600. You go down to about $700 or something like that. This is why we tell you guys, you're supposed to go to the Amazon Amazing Man store when everything is amazing about you. But you want to spend that time getting all of the adoration from the ninjas with the nice cars, things like that. You want to spend all of that time turning yourself into a 304, right? Because you're telling yourself, no, I'm going to chill out probably in 3 more years. But you don't know that whirlwind of fun that you're going to be on. It's going to have you on there longer than you anticipated. You'll be ran through. Your body will be warped. Your skin will start sagging. Your youthful beauty. And if you white, listen, those are the white ladies. Listen, if you white, that clock does a different thing to you guys. It does. You don't have that time. I know women right now. Listen, this is no exaggeration. Back at the crib, sometimes I get on my home Facebook and there's women who are like 5-7 years younger than me. No lie. Used to deal with them. Look like they're 15 years older than me. So this is what I'm saying. Some of you can't play. All of you can't play, but it's worse for some people. Now, you go to the Amazon Amazing Man store when everything is all well, but you're not mature enough to do that. You have to play, wild out, be seen in your girl's car, doing all this, going to the club, and you're steadily lose. It's like you're walking around and money is falling out of your wallet. Money is falling out of your wallet. By the time you get ready to go to the Amazon Amazing Man store, it's like this. Yes, sir, I like that. And he takes your hand. You can point down here. You're on the bottom shelf shopping. And we know that it's true because it's the results that you guys are getting. Cool Reviews definitely in this situation, rocking out with us. Where'd he go? Oh, that's him again. Cool Reviews, you got me up here shouting you out in vain and all of that. I mean, what's really going on?
Man, I was just wrapping up a podcast I was on, and figure I jump on and see what Stacy up here.
You already know, man. You already know. Listen, my question to you is this. Okay. Listen, do you believe that women come into this thing with a certain amount of dating money that God gives them that they're supposed to use to buy their, and I'm talking about the perky time. Okay, hey, I appreciate it. Yes, sir. Perky boobs, youthful beauty, right? All of these things. Do you believe that that is reserved for women to buy their husbands with?
Yes.
Yeah.
And all they got to do is maintain it.
That's it. But they don't want to do that. They want to go all throughout girl, we going to the park today, or we going to this place, or we going to that place, and money is steadily falling out of their wallet. So that by the time they do get serious, you can't afford the type of man you used to be able to afford.
So is that usually when they start saying the dating pool is full of piss?
Exactly.
Once they went from $100 bill to a $6 bill.
That's
$5
real.
bill.
That's how that thing is going. That's why they're not scoring. But, and I'm going to be honest. I understand the concept of this, like remembering when you were the ish. Remembering when all of the ninjas was after you. Remembering where you had they can get stuck in the mindset of the 15-year-old version of themselves, still thinking that they're that girl. This is what happens in a lot of time. Black patriarchy.
Yo, what it do? Hey, this is my new greeting. Rugged edges and cellulite pledges. What's happening?
Man, tell me how your night is going, man.
Oh, it's going good. It's going good, man.
Listen, do you believe that women are blowing their dating opportunities by waiting until, they've been ran through, waiting until they've gotten older, waiting until they've had children and things like that? Do you believe that they're blowing their opportunity to get in relationships by waiting so long instead of doing it when they don't have all of those things against them?
Yeah, they definitely are. What they should be doing is what white T women do. Most of them white T women, right? They meet their husbands in colleges, right? Because all of our women apparently are all college educated. None of them, every single one of them are college educated. They got six figures, and they built every single piece of furniture in their house. They built themselves, but
right.
They seem to not be.
Not too much on me though. Wait a minute.
They seem to not be focused on family or finding husbands, and that's where they fall behind. And that's why they end up majorly inside of these nursing homes.
Yep.
By themselves, and they always say it's mostly black men in there.
75% rate.
Yeah, exactly. They end up in these nursing homes alone with nobody there, nobody visiting them. With basically they end up in these nursing homes alone by themselves,
or in denial, out here on these streets in denial, thinking that they can still score at the age of 55. You see them on these social media, on these dating sites, man. And listen, there is 70-year-old women on these dating sites, man, talking about not into one night stands and da-da-da-da. Well, you need to learn how to be. That's about all that a man is interested in you, a fetish or something like that.
Yeah, I ran into it when I was on them dating websites like 4 years ago. I ran into a bunch of cougars on there looking for men. I'm like, first of all, man, I'm in my 20s. You in your 40s looking for a husband. You on the same app I'm on looking for some quick cheeks, and you looking for a husband on here. Like, what is going on?
Oh, it's definitely nuts. It's definitely nuts. So I got a question for you. I'm going to go in reverse.
Uh-huh.
I believe this. I believe what went wrong was when women lost a sense of threat from their man. Like, for instance, when women knew that their man would snatch them up, it's like, you think you're talking to like that? They weren't doing it. They weren't doing it. I believe in domestic discipline. I highly believe in it. I wouldn't even be in a relationship with a woman. For one, I've never been in a relationship. I just don't select bad. I'm amazing when it comes to selecting women, right? That is my secret right there. I get the right person on the bus the first times. It's not even women who have loud voices. It's not women who aren't feminine. The women who I select, they are amazing women, right? But under the pretense that we're talking about the things that a lot of these men are saying that they go through, if you've been building with somebody for 10 years and occasionally there's a thing that she does. She has this mouth a little bit, talks under her breath when she walks away from you and rolls her eyes and things like that. And let's say hypothetically, she walks up on you huffing and puffing. I don't give a yelling just as loud as you. How would you handle that?
Oh, I just remove myself from the situation and go on to the next one.
After 10 years?
After 10 years, yeah, she start acting like that. I'm gone. Wait, you talking about? Oh, you said 10 years with this?
We've got houses together and everything. No, you gonna act right. That's because listen. After you get rid of her, you're going to bump into another woman. Now, what happens when she do it? You're just gonna keep pressing reset on your clock? No, there's gonna be some structure implemented in this dwelling place. Because if you just leave every time a woman gets unruly or something, man, you'll be pressing that reset button, 10 years with her, 10 years. We only live till around 75, 80. No, you're going to act right. That's what's going to happen. Some structure is going to get laid down in here. And I find it ironic. Okay, Chrissy.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any children?
No.
Oh, okay. Do you believe in, when disciplining children when necessary?
No. Don't do that.
Whoa.
Don't do. I don't.
So just let them have their. The Bible said if you take away the rod, you spoil the child.
Yeah.
So why would you spoil the child if you know that?
They can do some Drew Hills, some wall sits.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Listen, what just flashed in front of my frontal lobe was, I understand why we're going through what we're going. Listen, cool reviews. Do you believe in spanking your children?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only thing that has worked since the beginning of time.
You gotta discipline them. You gotta discipline your wife too.
100%.
See, a lot of women really want to be treated like kids. That's why they want you to pay their bills. That's why they want you to baby them and give them everything they want. They want to be treated like kids.
They say it. I need a man who can handle me and put me back in my place. They say it up here all the time.
And what you got to do is handle them in a bedroom.
I agree.
I agree with that type of this.
Did you hear the last part he said?
Yes, I'll take that for 1,000.
He said handle him in the bedroom and choke him out every once in a while.
Handle it up in there.
And they're gonna call you daddy. Why? It makes sense.
I agree.
That's why daddy.
Listen, I agree, man. We're not blowing up no 10-year relationship. We're not. And you taking half? No, we're not doing that. We're going to make this relationship work. And listen, my daughter is just so cute and all of that. I remember my daughter brought a C up in the house. Listen, brought a C up in this house. All right, pull. Because I know, listen, I found out that my kids, I know we did it too, but I found one of them, I forget how it came out, one of them told on the other. I found out that before they get disciplined, my kids would go to the bathroom and they'd put stuff in their pants before they get whooped, right? So I said, pull them down, make sure you don't have nothing in there. And I lashed my soft, sweet, sensitive daughter like 4 times. Guess what she didn't do? She didn't bring home another C. She didn't bring it home. Listen, I prefer before you have to discipline somebody, talk to them probably two times. But you can't do it 3 times because then they'll start to taking you for granted. Then they'll think, here he come again, woofing again, right? I don't do that. We get this house in order because I have a master plan for this family. There is not going to be any. Now, if I have to get rid of you, I will. And that's after I see that, no, I squared up on her and put her back up against the wall, like walking up on her, and she still won't conform. Okay, it's time to start getting rid of her. But in most cases, it will work. A woman needs to know that there's some type of threat in place. Black patriarchy.
Yes, sir.
You disagree? Or would you just opt out of the relationship, let her take her half of your assets, you start over with another woman?
No, I misunderstood what you were saying in the beginning. I thought you was just talking about you walk up to a woman, you dealing with her, and then she tends to be one of those types of women.
Nah.
That's what I thought you was talking about. Nah, if we marry and this shit just comes up, you just check the behavior.
That's it right there. Like, I don't seek to put my hands on you and stuff like that, but you are the order in that castle. It is you. God didn't ordain the woman to be the order. It is you who are supposed to be the order. You get this house in ship shape, however you need to. And now, when it comes time to where she'll swing on you and stuff, get rid of her. You know what I mean? It's a broken human. But hopefully you didn't pick that caliber of woman in the first place. You see what I'm saying? BJ.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, go ahead, Christy.
Well, I was gonna say, like, if a woman is calling you a band, then I think she's not too far removed from putting her hands on you. Like, that's why no.
Yeah, ain't no woman
Like,
calling
that
me
is
that in the
highly
first place.
disrespectful.
Yeah, she ain't calling me that in the first place. But listen, I want to go back to this other. So listen, Christy, I already talked to you. I don't think I did Cool Reviews. Cool Reviews. Do you believe that a woman who does dating damage to herself goes on the clearance rack? Respectfully, not from a mean place, but do you believe her price drops?
Yeah, her price drops, and you got to think about it. People go to TJ Maxx. People go to Lowe's. People go. They have whole outlet malls, and people buy stuff.
I agree.
So just because she's clearance rack, there's still people that'll buy it.
I agree.
It's not gonna be the top quality.
It's going to be the people who are for that particular store.
Right. So, you can't get mad because you lowered your value to the guy on fries at McDonald's. He's gonna love you the way you want to be loved.
100%.
I know, but the thing is they aren't mad about it. They are delusional that they have done it. So they don't even accept that this is what's happening to them. Women instead move their entire perspective of men to whatever men they have available. So this is why you have so many women who complain about broke men. The reason you're complaining about a broke man is because a man who has anything going for himself won't deal with you. So now you're only dealing with men who can't keep jobs, or
right?
Jobs is low paying, they ain't got nothing. And now instead of you realizing, oh my, I've remanded myself to men who are not productive by my actions and choices and the mess I've made of my life.
This is the men you qualify for now.
Right. She instead feels that men are doing bad now, and there's
men ain't shit.
Right. So this is what a fool is. The Bible explains what a fool is. A fool is a person who can't connect their choices, their behaviors, and with the outcomes and the conditions of their life. That's literally what the biblical definition of a fool is. And so a lot of these women are just foolish.
Hey, they play a foolish game, they get a foolish return. And that's when they'll end up just collecting degrees and birthdays. So they'll end up building sister circles, dog shelters, and every one of them I have that green wall in the background when you go into their place. Where they take their little pictures with their dogs and cats.
Another aspect of the fool is that they externalize the problem. So not only do they not see what they've done and how it's created the issue they have, they then assign blame to how this issue has come about to an external force. So this is your patriarchy and oppression and white supremacy and racism, and men are like this and men just want women for smexing. These are all these excuses where you presented yourself as a sexual being. That's all you offered. And then you can't see that the type of men you attract only want sex. And even if you get a man of a higher caliber and you get his attention, he's only going to want sex from you. So you instead believe that men don't value anything but sex.
Because of how you getting treated due to your dating value.
Right, yeah. You present yourself as a sexual being. You ask women what it is that they bring to the table, and they tell you that they are the table. And what they mean by that is two things. They mean that I am a receiver of things, and I don't actually bring anything into a man's life. I'm not going to be anything for you.
I have a vagina.
They also mean I got some punani. And so I am a receiver of things and I have some vagina. And men, where that is enough, those men, those are the type of men I deal with. and the woman projects that that type of man is the only man that's out there, when you just can only deal with a man who doesn't want anything from
Right,
a woman
right.
except some pussy.
Hey, fellas, listen, I'm about to get back to this video. You guys got anything you want to lay out before I do?
Nah, I don't have nothing.
I appreciate y'all coming up and rocking out with me.
All
Good
right.
to see you, brother.
You already know.
Let's be realistic, Samuel. It's about value. I'm not
Yeah, and your value is low
Oh wow! And how do you know that? You're not
because
sure
you're 5'4" and 200 pounds
Okay.
and 37 years old with 2 kids. That's how I know. In Kentucky.
Okay. That's your opinion.
It's not my opinion.
You never seen my body before, so you.
I don't have to see your body. I know you're 5'4" and almost 200 pounds with 2 kids in Kentucky, and I see your picture.
You just say.
And I'm listening to how you talk. And I'm listening to your energy. I'm listening to your tone. I'm listening to your relationships. See, what it is, you ladies don't like when somebody is just direct with you. Honest. I got no dog in this fight. I had a woman on here earlier, and I told her she was absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't trying to screw you. You ain't giving me no money. What am I getting out of this?
Nothing.
So why do I have to lie? And let's just get right to the absolute core of it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you attracting higher value men?
Am I attracting higher value men?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
For marriage.
Okay, repeat that one more time.
Are you attracting them for marriage?
No.
You know what? Give me a couple of ladies up here. Give me a couple of ladies up here. We're going to talk about this. Shout out to Will Fit down here rocking out with us. Appreciate the support always, my guy. You already know what it is. But listen, let's get to this thing. We're going to go ahead and keep it popping.
What was I going to say? I was listening to, I'm not going to say the woman, but I want to get back to this other part. Older women, and when I talk about older women, we're talking about from a marriage standpoint. That means women over 30. 30 years old is old to be contemplating a first marriage. Go to matchmakers, wedding planners, anybody will tell you that's just what it is. It's old to be planning a wedding. Okay? Like I said, we got to start calling things what they are. And again, I heard a woman talking about the wall, that men hit the wall too, and how, if you're a Black woman, the wall isn't the wall for you. This notion that you can make up rules to suit you just because again, notice how when women like this begin to speak, they want to change things because they've aged past. See, when you still have time, you don't care. If you're 22, somebody says the wall, you're not really sweating it. But when you're 29 and somebody says the wall, then you got a problem with the concept of the wall. Why? Because you wasted those years. The wall exists for a reason. The wall exists for a reason.
I really would like, well, I know the answer to that. I know that they're just playing around inside of the whirlwind of all of their celebrity, right? Being able to get limitless attention and things like that. But does there ever come a time where, ladies, where you look around at your girlfriends, at your cousins, at your sisters, and you see how their life turned out, and you just catch on, right? You catch on and you say, dang, what if when my sister was getting all that attention from men, she got a husband then, she'd be able to get, like, you guys don't think about that. And we're talking about 40, 50 years. You guys haven't caught on to that yet. I don't understand the concept of that. Like, you continue to be baby mamas, and that's crazy to us. You continue to be baby mamas. When does it hit you? Never mind.
Yeah, Derek Jackson graduated high school in 2007. Yeah, that's another thing. I gotta say, I'm looking at you women with a side eye who really listen to what he says. He just turned 30. And especially older women listening to him, you should know better. The women that can listen to him, really, if they were in their teens to early 20s, sure. There's no way a guy who just turned 30 can tell you anything. Not for the entirety of women. Let me say that. The Wall. I mean, I heard this woman say, you're just wrong about the wall, and a man can hit the wall.
The wall is real. The wall, I call it the DRA, the dating retirement age. The wall is that age. The wall is that time in life where the dating highway stops responding to your what's it called? Resume, where the dating highway stops responding to your dating resume the way it used to, where the dating highway now looks like this. All of that carnage, all of that destruction out there. That's what you guys are now playing with, and that's what you get for playing around on the dating highway for too long. But when you're playing around on the dating highway for too long, incurring damage here, incurring damage there, you're not who you used to be, and you're not as valuable as you used to be. The wall is real. The wall is that age which Cupid looks at you in a different way. Let's put it like that. Cupid doesn't swing across your house like he's used to. He doesn't swing across your house like he does some of these younger girls. Cupid literally kind of doesn't come in your neighborhood anymore. That's the wall, right? There is a cutoff time that women hit. It's a certain age where it gets exponentially harder for you to win on the dating highway. A lot of you don't know that. But why it's been so hard, listen. Let's do this thing then, if we're going to do it. Turbulence, people. Listen to me. Most of you ladies, the overwhelming majority of you, who have been chronically single for a time, you haven't been in a straight 2-year relationship in years, right? Those of you who are chronically single, you have hit the wall. You have hit the wall. And what I mean when I say you've hit the wall already, it's not that you keep having bad situations. It's not that men aren't any good. You have hit the wall, which is the age at which it gets exponentially more difficult for you to score on the dating highway. That's what you're dealing with. You're not dealing with you didn't have your hair done the right way on that day. You're not dealing with men ain't shit. You're not dealing with the last of your several situations just went bad. You have hit the wall, and it's more difficult for you to score a meaningful and successful relationship. It is due to your age. It is due to the factors of your looks fading. It is due to your boobs not perky as they used to be. It is due that your stomach looks like a whole lot of oatmeal in one of those, Glad sandwich bags. It's because your stomach looks like ground zero, where they've been testing out nuclear missiles, and you have all of the lightning bolts that have reached out all across your stomach. You know what I mean? And this is what I'm telling you guys. You can only score at a certain degree when these other women who are 20, listen, I've had me a 29-year-old, and it's different. It's different. Lord, is it different? Yeah. Women live in a world without logic. Yeah, and it's crazy because that right there, that can set you up to tear the later years of your life to pieces. If you're not moving about in a form of logic that allows you to secure the later years of your life as a comfortable entity, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in trouble. Things aren't like, I don't know what you guys are thinking. I don't know what you were thinking. Brother Keb up in this situation. That Rev Keb down there. Listen, what I'm telling you guys is the wall is real. The trouble that you guys are having on the dating highway of not being able to secure a long-lasting, meaningful relationship, it's not because any of the things you think. It's because you've hit the wall. The wall is that age where it gets exponentially more difficult for you to secure the type of man that you're attracted to. But when you guys hit the wall, the problem that you're having is you act like your value is still higher than before when you hit the wall. The wall is there for a reason. The wall is definitely there for a reason.
And especially older women listening to him, you should know better. The women that can listen to him.
Hey, BJ, if you down there talking to Bree, bro, that's like a child for real. I wouldn't advise any serious, meaningful, thoughtful conversation. Like, yeah, she's like really, really childlike.
Really, if they were in their teens to early 20s, sure. There's no way a guy who just turned 30 can tell you anything. Not for the entirety of women. Let me say that. The wall. I mean, I heard this woman say, you're just wrong about the wall, and a man can hit the wall too. If a man's money is not right, he's at the wall. Yeah, but see, he can always go get more money. You can't go get more time. Can't. A man can.
Listen, ladies, there comes a time where you don't even qualify for the men in your age bracket anymore. And here's why. As it pertains to value, once yours start declining, men start increasing. So when yours starts declining, you don't qualify for a man whose value is increasing. And you guys don't know it. You're lacking behind in this race. You start going in reverse around the ages of 32, 33. You start the things that men don't like about, well, I'm not going to say, but the things that men don't find valuable about women start happening to you around the ages of 33, 34. That's enough time for you to already have been ran through. That's enough time for you to already have had the multiple children by multiple men. That's enough time for you to start letting your body go. And that's what you guys tend to do. But the man, he's gotten a promotion at his job. Listen, not even that. Another thing about it is this. Another thing about that, you guys, once your value starts to decline, you still reach for the sky trying to get men who have access to 29-year-olds who don't have any children. It's like you're setting yourself up to the highest level of competition. You're setting yourselves up for the highest levels of competition when you are at your weakest. When you're at your strongest is when you're supposed to be competing for men. The best men, right? And you're supposed to marry them. Because if you're just in a relationship with these men, once your decline starts to hit, they can simply leave you. Or you guys can fall apart from each other, right? And he can go get somebody else. And because he helped walk you through to the wall, now you're not as valuable as you used to be. Your youthful prime is reserved for marriage, where you get the man who's contractually obligated to see you through to the end of life. versus when your dating value starts dropping, you want to get out there now and start trying to find. So it doesn't work like that. And the craziest part is, you guys hear it said up here, you hear the teachings up here, but you don't adhere to the teachings. It's crazy that everything that we say up here makes sense, but you still want to fight against it.
Get himself together and inside of a year, or inside of 3 years, turn his entire life around. You can't do that.
A man, once you start your decline, we can start advancing ourselves in areas like financially, getting our bodies in shapes, things like that. Once you start your decline, we start our incline to where our value starts getting so high, we can do a reverse and start dating women who are younger than you while you keep on going forward to deeper and deeper and deeper accesses of the decline. You can't do a reversal, and there's nothing that you guys can do that as you get older will cause you to be again qualified for younger men. There's nothing that you can do. Your looks don't matter. Your money doesn't matter. Going to the gym, it doesn't matter. You will never, at 50 years old, you won't be in a relationship with a 30-year-old guy, not a meaningful relationship. You won't even be in a relationship with a 40-year-old man, not a meaningful relationship. It won't happen. Where my show supporters at, people? We've been up here for close to 2 hours and only the main shout out to what did I do? What did I do? How do we get off of this? I must have kicked the TikTok screen off. People, we only have 4 show supporters. Let's get this thing going. We're going to go to an intermission till somebody keeps this thing going. We've been up here for close to 2 hours now. Where are our show supporters at? Let's go. Cash App at The Real Stacey Prince. Let me make sure nobody's already hit us off. I didn't see it. People to help us get to our $50 a night goal, people. $35 short, people, of our $50 a night goal. Are you a soft-spoken queen? Are you a soft-spoken queen?
Maybe.
Okay. Tell me how your night is going.
Going okay. It's all right.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're not talking about emotions or how certain things that are said make people feel. We're talking about a car needs a battery to go. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Do you believe that human beings, as it pertains to dating, have a price tag on them to where the value can drop or it can increase? And based on your value dropping or increasing, you qualify for certain men or you're disqualified for certain men. Do you believe that a price on a woman can drop like that or increase?
I guess it depends, and that's a really weird question.
You think so? If it's a weird question, then how do we get our mates? If we're not qualified and disqualified for certain calibers of people, why doesn't everybody have a Michael B. Jordan?
I think it's like, have you ever heard about the water bottle price? Like if you buy a water bottle at the grocery store where you live, let's say you live in the ghetto. I mean, that water bottle is not going to be expensive. Let's just pretend, just random prices. Let's say you live in the ghetto, in the poor area. Let's just not say ghetto, but okay, the poor area. It's going to be like, I don't know. Let's say $1. And then let's say you live in the nice bougie area of where you live. That bottle of water, the same bottle of water that you bought there, it's going to cost you maybe $3. Then you go to a fancy restaurant, the same place, and that bottle of water is going to cost you, let's say, $7, $8. But then you go to the airport. I mean, that same bottle of water is going to cost you $10, $15.
Oh,
So I guess it just depends.
okay, so
Where are you placing yourself?
Did you see the movie Precious with Monique?
I believe so. A long time ago, yes.
You remember the daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that there's anywhere on earth where she's going to go and somebody's going to say, she is so gorgeous? Anywhere on earth?
Don't believe that.
Huh?
I don't believe that.
Okay, so it's not about the item and where you place it. It's not. Listen, do you believe that there's anywhere on earth you can go to where a mass of men say, Kim Kardashian is ugly as hell?
No, not at all.
No, see, it's not about the item. We have values. It's just that simple. We have values. Men aren't typically, well-to-do men aren't typically rushing in numbers to date women who weigh 300 pounds. Can we agree to that? And I'm talking about men who have done well for themselves in life.
I agree.
Okay, so that means that a value decline has happened. Can we agree to that? Listen, shout out to my brother Greg Biggs over here in this situation, setting it off. My bro always rocking out with us. So is it mean to acknowledge that?
Say that again?
Is it mean to acknowledge that?
Not at all. No.
And see, that's the problem that we're having. Do you believe that the older that women get, let's just, I'm not talking to offend anybody or anything like that. Do you believe that the older a woman gets, her dating value decreases? Like the older a woman gets, let's say 50 years old, the pool of good men for her, it starts to get smaller. Do you agree with that?
I don't agree with that.
Hold on. What I said was, like, the older that a woman gets, like 50-year-old woman, that her opportunities shrink as it pertains to men.
I don't agree. It just depends on how the woman takes care of herself.
At 50 years old?
Listen, depends. Listen. Okay. I'm not saying, it decreases. Yes, let me say that it does, because she cannot have any kids.
Yes.
She can't give what a man wants on that regard.
Her youthful beauty, even her youthful beauty. Women start their decline at around the age of 33, even geriatric pregnancy.
That is true.
You don't believe a
Yeah,
woman's looks start to decline at 50 years old?
um, I guess it depends. Listen, because like I'm saying, I do a lot of dancing, and I know a lot of people that are like 50, 55, 57, and listen, they look great, but that is because they've been dancing for a long time,
Do
so
you
they
think
stay
that
in
those
shape
50
and
50?
looking good.
Do you think those 50 55-year-old women who dance, do you think that they can compete? Do you Okay, so let's take one of those 50 55-year-old women. On a scale of 1 to 10, in her life, she was an 8. Do you think that that woman who's 50 55 years old right now, who used to be an 8, do you think that she can compete with a 29-year-old today who's an 8?
Not at all.
That's what I'm saying, sweetie. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
That decline is real.
Hmm.
Do you believe that men have the same decline as women?
No,
We don't. We get better as we get older.
just like wine.
We do. Like, because think about it, we start maturing, we start behaving a little bit better. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Important things start becoming important to us. And Lord forbid we start hitting that weight room, right? Men don't come into their financial maturity until the age of 40, typically. So we're going to get better and better. At the age of 40, we could easily, effortlessly date a 29-year-old.
20-year-old.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. And so what we're talking about today is women getting serious before it's too late. And when I say too late, I'm talking about too late to date the type of man you're attracted to, because that's where the problem is occurring. Women don't believe that their dating value drops. They believe that they can still get very good men at the age of 50. And you simply, we are dating 29-year-olds when we're 50. Are you aware that men are dating 29-year-olds at the age of 50?
Yes, definitely. Yes, I am 42 years old, and man, I see that a lot.
It's
Yes.
called age gap dating. You're at that sweet spot. You're at that spot right there to where, yeah, 42, 40, and 42, that to me, that's kind of that sweet spot, because you're not going to see so much of her decline. She's going to be a little bit mature than what she was. She should have all of the accessories that are required to have helped her become a little bit more soft, getting her whole phase out of the way. That's that 40. That's a tricky age right there, because some would say it's too old, but I kind of find it for a 40-year-old woman, like, she's seen things that have given her knowledge. She's seen her girlfriend do things. She's seen the do's and don'ts. Whereas this is one thing that I will say about like a 25-year-old. Uh, it just depends on the caliber of man, because certain calibers of men who don't mind asking questions and molding a girl, like, because I had one, she used to ask a lot of questions, like, things that she knows that I know about, like cryptocurrency and things like that. But she was trying to learn. She was impressed with the things that I know. You see what I mean?
Hmm.
But that woman who's around 40 or so, that to me, that's like a magical age right there, especially if she's done well by herself. Uh, and I'm just going to say this. I don't care. I have to say it. And I'm talking about a specific race, right? I'm talking about if she's black, if she's Asian.
Mm.
That age 40 does not work out well for white women. That thing gets bad rapidly. It gets at 35, it starts, it's very visible, right? And that's not just being mean, that's just telling the truth. So
That's being
that's what
honest.
it's the you think it's not the truth?
No, no, no. I said that's 100% honest.
Okay, yeah, listen. Do you know why I always, outside of the racial reasons, the histories that we have or whatever, I always knew that I wouldn't lock down a white woman. I always knew the age factor. We could be the exact same age, or I could be 5 years younger than her. By the time we hit 35, it's going to start looking horrific. It's going, listen, we were wrong for it, kind of like gossiping, but me and about 4 of my guys, we came across a picture of one of our guys we used to look up to, seriously. He married a white woman about 20 years ago, something like that, 30 years ago. And we came across a Facebook profile. That man still, he resembles kind of me, right? That woman looks like she probably has 10 days left to live. I'm telling you. And I remember that woman used to be attractive. And this
That
is
is
what,
really good.
listen, this is why I tell women, you guys can't play around with your youthful beauty. Are you married?
I just recently got engaged, to be honest.
How long have you been seeing him?
About a year.
That's not bad. It's not bad. And that's actually a pretty good time frame. That's actually a pretty good time frame. I tell people you can get married in 6 months, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Do
mean, I
you
was married for about 18 years before.
you had your dad in your life, didn't you?
I had a male figure, my
Okay.
stepdad. So yes,
Yeah.
I did. Hmm.
Is it your nature to be soft?
Yeah, my grandma raised me. I'm
Mhm.
Mexican and Filipino.
Maybe I can go for that. I would have straight up said something like, "Okay, that works. That works." My question to you is this: Now we're going to have a conversation. I'm about to benefit you about $50,000 worth of information. Okay. Is it a white man that you're married to? Black man, Asian man? What is he?
Black.
Okay. Right now, from what you know about him, how this thing has been going, could you say honestly, if you were asked, you could say honestly, no, based on what I know about him, based on how he treats me, I do see him seeing me through to the end of life. Do you feel that way? That this is like the last relationship?
Yeah,
You believe this is a really good relationship? Okay.
yeah.
So I want to run something by you. That man comes home one night and you go out there looking in his car because you left your brush in there and you find an empty condom wrapper. Upon investigation, you find out he's cheated 3 times. You guys have been together for 3 years. This is that same good man that you're talking about. You believe he's going to take care of you for the rest of your life. Are you leaving him? Not that he's a cheater, but upon investigation, you find out he has cheated 3 times. Is it over?
I don't think so.
See, you're a
Because
smart woman. You're a smart woman.
we as women, we lose our value. I mean, I'm not saying it's okay for a man to do that. It's not.
I agree with you.
But at the same time, it's like, I mean, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna be bouncing like a little ball
Are you people
everywhere?
listening to this? This is what I've been telling y'all. It doesn't get better. Let's work this thing out. I believe the man should be penalized because you broke a vow. You said that you were not going to do that to me. I believe he should be penalized in however the fashion that him and her come to an agreement. Hey, okay, you know I got a quarter of my student loan. You need to handle that. We're going to put a quarter of my student loan on you. Somehow he needs to compensate, especially if he has a good woman, especially. But you don't leave that man. Do you have kids right now?
I have one, not with him, but I have one.
That's still a sweet spot. Most 100% of men will tell you that most men, if she's attractive, we view like one child as not a big deal. It's when you start talking about the 2 and 3 with 2 or 3 different men that we have an issue, right?
I got
Um,
3 kids.
okay. Um,
He's me. We're backwards.
okay. But see, here's the thing. It doesn't matter if a man has 5 kids. They typically live with the mom. The kids won't infringe upon you and his relationship. You see what I'm saying? They're not going to be a problem to it. Ladies, here's why it's a bad idea. She has a kid. She's going to leave this man who she has said is a good man. Get back out there on the dating highway and bump into a ton of men who are worse than the ones she just got rid of. You guys have been doing this and it has not been working. Our grandparents didn't do this. Men's occasionally stepped out. Our grandfathers did on our grandmothers. But our grandmothers didn't leave. And it wasn't because they couldn't leave. It didn't make sense to them to leave that relationship. I'm going to leave him as a good man. Get out there on the dating highway and get with a man. They say it's better to deal with the devil you know than the one you're going to have to find out about.
I understand.
And it is.
Yeah, if he does something like that, I'm like, baby, that Maserati been looking at.
Exactly. I agree with that. I don't believe a man should be able to go out there and cheat. If he said that he won't do this to you, I don't believe a man. That's not right. There's nothing right about it. People often like to say that I'm suggesting that men should be able to cheat. No, I'm saying if I do cheat and you leave me, you leaving me didn't make things better. It made things worse. Because that man that you're with right now, I'm sure he's probably fond of your child, right?
Oh yeah, they get along very good, and I wouldn't be dating anybody otherwise.
See what I'm saying? Now the child has gotten attached to him. Now you're going to pull the child away from this attachment that the child has to him. Now you're going to have to introduce the child to another man that you think is going to work with. This is all crazy.
You shouldn't be doing that. It's not safe for the kids either. My child is 17 years old.
Okay. Okay. See, and that's actually perfect because that child, well, your kid already has your kid's mental ability, and that kid has the ability to assess that man that you're with adequately. And like, no, he's a good man and this and this and that. A baby, it's a little bit different because the baby doesn't quite know all of the things about that man that the baby loves. But a 17-year-old, you can remove that man out of the 17-year-old's life. Listen, it's even going to start to look bad to the 17-year-old. Now here you got another person. Now here you got another person. It's a bad example to set for the 17-year-old, period. You see what I'm saying? You said you were raised by your grandmother?
Yes, 100%.
Do you believe men and women are equal?
No.
The crazy part about that is this feminist thing, this fight for equality, being equal to men. Doing that, you guys steal so many perks from yourselves. Us knowing that we are superior to you guys, it's been the cause that we cater to you like we do. When we look at you like the weaker vessel is why we take joy in doing some of the things. We enjoy being your Superman. But if you are all, I can do this and that for myself, well, you do it then. Do it.
No, thank you. That's why I'm like, I also read the Bible, and the Bible says that the women is the weaker vessel.
Yes.
So if you act like one, then you're going to be treated like
I
one.
agree.
Then you're not going to get treated like one. You're going to get treated like one of those Tupperwares that is hard, and you're going to be thrown all over the place. So no, thank
100%.
you.
Listen, the father of your 17-year-old, was he a good guy?
No, not really.
See, I'm surprised at you because I'm looking at you and I'm getting a gist of you. I'm getting a feel of you. You appear to be like the woman I described in the beginning of the show. Some women, let me ask you this. All women, do you agree that all women are not the same, equal in value? Like some women look better than other women. Some women are in better shape than. Do you agree that all women aren't of the same value as it pertains to dating?
No.
They're not. They're just not. Women like to find that offensive, but it's real. If you take a Maserati, drive it off the showroom floor, you take another Maserati, drive it off the showroom floor, but then you bump into a guardrail, both of those cars are no longer worth the same value. Now, the Maserati that has bumped up against the guardrail, you liken that to a woman who has 3 children by 3 different men. You liken that to a woman who is 240 pounds. You liken that to a woman who, she was already born unattractive. God bless her and things, but the card she was dealt, she does not qualify for the same caliber of man that a woman who doesn't have her issues qualifies for. She doesn't. This is what I was going to say. Do you believe that there's a such thing as a woman who is just special? This is what the world says about her. There's just something special about this girl. Do you believe those women exist?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Okay, so if I were to ask your man right now, what's the one thing about you that rubs him the wrong way, what would he say?
That rubs him the wrong way.
The one thing about you that irritates him. I don't know if you get mad sometime and you throw dishes, or just one thing that rubs him, that kind of irritates him about you.
He will say probably the lack confidence.
Okay, see, listen, this is what I keep telling you guys. I know what I'm doing. Okay, the reason that I said you are comparable to the woman that I described in the beginning of the show, some women are special. It doesn't mean other women ain't shit. It just means some women are special. Some women, the way you're talking right now, how soft and respectful you're talking, some women have to go to therapy to be able to do what you can effortlessly do right now. It's just who you are. You don't have to learn how to not talk loud and things like it. It is just who you are. Do you consider yourself to be a feminine woman?
Yes,
I know you
I
are.
do.
And it's effortless. I see it leaking off of you. Versus some women, they have to go through courses and things like that because they probably, not only did they grow up in a, less fortunate environment and things like that, it's just rough. Got a bitch fucked up. And I said what I said and all of that. See, she has to go somewhere and get reprogrammed so she can move how you move. But these things, these characteristics and qualities that you have, feminine. I can tell you're fit. You're not fat. Feminine, fit, and even looks wise. A lot of people have to do things. I know you're cooperative. I know you know how to get along with a person. I know you're friendly. I know it off the top right now. A lot of other people have to do work to obtain these values that the average man can see in you in a short conversation. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not saying that anything out of line, but I'm saying women like you are kind of special. You don't have to put the work in that enough. This is why I started saying certain women are special, because what it takes a lot of effort for other women to do, you just walk around in it fluently. Don't even have to try. It's who I am. My grandmother raised me a certain way. The environment that I grew up in was conducive to this, and therefore I walk around like this effortlessly. Those are special women. It doesn't mean that the women who aren't soft-spoken and feminine, it doesn't mean they ain't shit. But most of the time, they can't compete with a woman like you. A woman like you, listen, when you're 50 years old, you'll still be able to score. You'll definitely be able to score right now at 50 years old. And the bargaining chips that you have, not just being attractive. Okay, so let me ask you this. What do you think men value about women most of all? I'll even cheat for you. I'll give you 2 or 3 things that you think men value the most in a woman.
Peace.
Okay, so we don't even have to go any further.
Mm-mm.
At 50, you will have bargaining chips that the average 50-year-old won't have because your looks aren't going to fade. Like, to be honest, you're over here looking like 30 right now, right? So if you add 10 years on to that, it means at 50, you're likely going to look 40 or late 30s. But if you want to add on top of that, she's soft-spoken. She's friendly. Listen, you want to buckle a man to his knees? Be friendly. Be soft-spoken. It is our kryptonite. Listen, men will cheat. But those special women, we feel bad when we cheat on them. The other women, I've been looking for a reason to get out of this relationship with you. Might have got caught cheating on purpose. You run your mouth a lot. You've put on too much weight, right? And when I came into this, you already had 2 children by 2 different men. I tried to overlook that, but you run your mouth. You're not my piece. See, when we get caught cheating on her, we don't feel as bad. But a special woman, she's just valuable to my overall life, right? When I'm around her, it seems like everything is going to be all right. When she comes around, it just seems like she brings. So let me ask you this. Okay, I see you already got a ring on, don't you?
Oh, this is the rubber one, but this is the other one, the real one.
Okay. See, and listen,
You wanted to make sure.
I'm not trying to be funny to anybody. I respect everybody, right? But I hope, my desire is that you ladies will listen. This is not guessing information. This is factual information. I've told you guys several times, women like this get married because the value that they perpetrate or that they present will force a man to say this, okay? Am I willing to play around long enough for her to meet somebody else and me lose her, hell no, I'm going to get that ring. It's just the truth. We start weighing our options. You say what?
That's what he told me.
See what I'm saying? We're not just up here talking. I tell you guys all the time, I'm not up here to bash women. I'm trying to give you the information that you apparently don't have. You don't think from a logical standpoint. You don't think that your value can decrease. Listen, if we're going to be honest, turbulence, people. For those of you who aren't familiar with the show, when you hear that, I'm probably about to offend some people. Most of you aren't gorgeous. Some of you are even ugly. Some of you are okay looking. Yet you guys are out here shopping, trying to get the caliber of men that very beautiful women get access to. You're not being truthful with yourself. If I was 5'1", I would know I have a strike against me. It's not what women particularly want, but I could probably still score if I'm masculine, if I'm confident, if I've done well for myself. I can increase my value. I can overcome being 5'1". Some of you are unattractive, but you're still shooting for the same type of women that 29-year-old 8s are shooting for. It's why you guys are chronically single for years. Let me ask you something. Reason I brought up the father of your child is because I didn't expect somebody like you to pick a bad man. How did you do that?
I was 16 years old when I got pushed into getting
Okay.
married. And I did the best I could.
What do you mean when you got pushed into getting married?
Well, when you're young, religion and all
Okay.
that.
Okay.
So, yeah. And I lasted about 18 years of marriage. Then I couldn't do it no more. Just for, I didn't leave him because he was, it was just bad treatment. And a woman like me didn't deserve to be treated bad. So,
Do you people hear this? She wasn't even here. I told you guys at the beginning of the show, I told you guys, and you should know that I know what I'm talking about because she just reiterated what I said. She wasn't even here. I told you guys, a special woman, she knows how she's supposed to be treated. And when she starts getting the opposite, she can tell, she can identify, oh, this ain't for me. But some of you are so mean. Some of you are so unruly. When a guy starts treating you bad, you can't even tell because you have bad characteristics about yourself as well. And the two get mixed up. You can't even tell that you're not supposed to be getting treated like that because you kind of treat him like that. Some of the bad treatment that he's giving you, you have inside of you. And it's why these relationships aren't working with you guys. So it's been a year that you guys have been dating.
yeah. He actually found me here on TikTok. And he started messaging me. So, yeah.
And what made you entertain him?
I was commenting that, most men don't treat women how they're supposed to be treated. If the woman is the right one, or if she's not disrespectful, or if she's willing to go above and beyond for the man, they don't really treat them well. And he messaged me. He's like, no, there is men still like that. And to my surprise, he is a very, very wonderful guy. I mean, he treats me like a queen. He puts up with me because even though, women, we are just, even though like myself, I count myself because I'm very soft. I'm very like humble. I make sure, I have his clothes ready, his food ready, even though I work as well, but I always make sure that everything is ready for him. We still have, we fight our own battles, like not being confident or things like that, or sometimes when,
I
when
think
we
those
have
are
our
good
monthly
problems to
thing.
have, to be honest. I believe those are good. I'd say this. I'd say a woman who's not that confident is definitely better than a woman who's overconfident. Definitely. Listen, I've said this before. I don't want an overly confident woman. I don't want it. I don't want you to feel like ish about yourself. But there's a thin line between being a very confident woman and being masculine. There's a very thin line. I believe. Listen, I want to see. Fellas down in the comments, give me a thumbs up if you would prefer a woman whose confidence wasn't that high over a woman whose confidence is high? I just want to see. Give me a thumbs up if you prefer a woman whose confidence isn't that high. Give me a thumbs down if you prefer. See, I knew it. I knew it. Because a woman whose confidence is gonna be high, that it's gonna seem like what it is. Damn, you know everything, or you full of yourself. I don't want it. I don't think a woman is supposed to have it on her like that, right? So I don't think that you're as far off base as you think you are. I think you might, get conceited. I agree. I think this. I think you may need to do a little bit of work, but I don't think you're as far off a mark as you think. As far as I want to be more confident, I would say this. I would say tinker around with things like social anxiety, right? Tinker around as long as you don't get anxiety when you're in, crowds of people and things like that. Long as you can function around people, I don't think you have a bigger problem as you think. Some instances may make you seem uncomfortable or things like that, but what you don't want to be is overconfident. And here's the thing. You already have your guy, so you don't have a lot of work to do. Most women have to do what I'm telling you to do to get a man. You already have one, right? Before I let you go, I got a question. Go ahead.
Right now, I'm still working on being jealous. So I'm extremely jealous.
She
And I'm
said
working on that because
extremely.
that makes my man it makes him upset. I am.
Why can't you stop it if you know it's a problem?
Now I did. Now I am more mellow, you know. Um, but I am working on that. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I am
Right.
working on that.
Okay, so I want us to go to a place really quick. We already established that you wouldn't leave him if he had a couple of accidents, right? So, whenever you start feeling this way, I want you to remember this. Whenever you start getting just a little twinge of jealousy and things like that, remind yourself that even if he did do what's got me jealous right now, I wouldn't leave him. You need to focus on never leaving him. That's what your focus should be. Don't worry about what he could potentially. You said you're not leaving him. So whatever you're jealous about right now, you might as well get over it because you've made your mind up that you're not going to leave him. I advise all women to do that. Make up your mind that you're not leaving that individual. Because when people say, this is why I asked you that initially. When people say, if he did this and that, I would leave, that relationship is over already. It's over already. Once you make up in your mind that there's a thing that he could do that would make you leave, then when that thing happens, you're already gone, right? You tell yourself that you're not leaving. We're not getting any younger. We're not getting any younger. Tell yourself that I'm not leaving. And if you know that you're not leaving, you don't really have any reason to be getting jealous.
Nope. And nobody's gonna give me his benefits too either, so I gotta stick around.
And you got to think like that though. Listen, I'm going to tell you, you're an attractive woman and you have a lot of the right attributes, but even still, do you know what would happen if you and him broke up and you got out there trying to date again? A lot of men would seek to take advantage of you because you're attractive, right? And you'd have to seed and weed through all of the men who aren't right for you just to get to the. Now, your odds are higher of actually getting another guy than the average woman. But what I'm saying is you don't even want to be out there on that dating highway going through that bull crap. Herpes, HIV, a man who likes to whip a little bit of ass when you get too loud or just for whatever. A man who's got substance abuse. It can get worse. It can definitely get worse.
None of that.
Here's what I don't believe.
No.
I could be wrong. You guys aren't in the same city, are you? I knew it.
No, I'm in Nebraska and he's in Texas.
Please tell me you guys have a plan for that.
Well, I'm a homeowner. He's a homeowner. So right now we're working on that, and it's really difficult for myself, to be honest, because like I said, I've been divorced about 7-8 years, and I am the one that put my ex-husband through his career and everything. So I believe, listen, when I got a divorce, I didn't even know how to pay a bill. I was working, but I didn't even know how to pay a bill. I didn't know how to do anything. So I got divorced, and I was able to work so hard,
Right, right,
and I was able to buy me a home. So I believe it's a blessing from God.
right.
So
Listen,
I'm
listen,
working through that.
listen. You're in a very dangerous situation. Like, here's what I mean when I say you're in a dangerous situation. That clock that we were talking about. You guys are in two different states. How often do you see him out of a month?
We just spent the whole New Year's and Christmas and all of that together in December.
So you don't
So
see
it's
each
been
other
like
regularly,
yeah, we do. I fly out there and he flies here.
and you stay at his home.
Hmm.
Have you met his kids?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, his kids, his family. We actually had a big party
Okay, that's different
in
then. That's
Florida.
different.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
different.
yeah, he introduced me to everybody. We had a big family gathering in Florida. We rented a big house and we spent all Christmas together.
So you've met his mom.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. This is different then. That turns everything around. Like,
Yeah, he's from Georgia.
okay, so have you met his mom more than once?
Hmm.
Okay.
His
So you've met
sister.
his family literally.
Hmm.
That changes everything around there. That changes everything. Because usually long distance relationships are bad because you really don't know what that other party is doing. But it takes something for a man to introduce you to his mom. Let me ask you this. When he introduced you to his mom, does he hold on? Does his mom know you
Yeah,
guys
he
are
said,
engaged?
yeah. He actually proposed on Christmas on the 25th
So the mom
in
knows that
front
you
of
guys are
everybody.
you said in front of everybody?
Hmm.
Okay, that changes everything. That changes everything. Because even his mom would be disappointed in him if he was frolicking around in Texas. Yeah, okay. Okay, so yeah, you're in a pretty good predicament. You're in a pretty good predicament. That means that him wanting to be with you has a level of genuineness to it, sincerity. You know what I mean? I usually advise people don't be in long distance relationships because you don't know what that other person's real life is like because you're not around them. But when a person has proposed in front of everybody, like that's different. He's got to have some degree of being serious about this. You know what I mean? Very intentional. So you've hung out with his family before.
Yes, it was kind of scary, but I made it through.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Has with or have you merged with his family now to where you're comfortable being around them?
Yeah, they're pretty good. They message me, they talk to me, they call me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're in a good. So you've been with a black man before?
I dated somebody, yeah, black before, but not to this extent to a relationship and he actually proposed and
Okay.
everything. Yes.
I asked because I asked because meeting a black family is different.
I mean, as you can see, I'm yellow, so it was definitely
Meeting a
scary.
black family it's different because black people are kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? We'll have that uncle who drinks and he comes to the gathering and he wants to give you hugs and we're all full of hugs and things like that. We're just very intimate people, right? We embrace you like right away. We're glad that our son found somebody. You come over here and give auntie a hug. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah, he
okay,
always
that's what.
told me that he took another Latino female, the last person that he was dating. He took her to introduce her to his family, and they didn't like her. His sisters told him, "I don't like her."
Black
And
people are like that
he
too.
said that he is very blunt to the point. Like, I don't like her. What you doing with her? Why is she here? And he told me straight up before we went. He's like, if they say that, he's like, just know that I got your back. You're my woman, and I don't care what they think.
Right.
Man, these women, these people, his family, they have me cooking for them. They're like, can you make breakfast for us, please? Can you make more salsa? Can you make this? Can you make that? It was just like a family.
Right. So has he met your people?
My mother and a stepdad are in Mexico, so not really.
I don't see where that's a big problem. Because
The
you
only thing
seem to be
important is
all
my
in.
daughter.
Huh?
I said the only person that matters to me is my daughter the most.
Right. So pretty much your daughter is your family.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I think you got a good thing going on. I encourage men, like, you got to get married. When families are started, see this thing that we do in this life, it's like the feminism movement. It came and did so much damage because women don't know how much smoother life is when two people come together and try to fight life together versus one person trying to fight life. You're paying your bills on your own. You have your own one income versus two people, who have an income, and it's crazy that people don't. We've been taught since we were children, two heads are better than one. We've been taught this, right? But this feminism movement, it came along and it told women you can be an independent woman. I don't need no man. It's amazing to us that you guys fell for that stuff.
I don't want to do that. I used to work from 6:30 in the morning till 4 p.m. and then from 4:30 p.m. till 5 in the morning. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you're not even supposed to want to do that. Like, you won't have to work overtime. Let's say that you're a little bit behind in your bills and things like that, and you know that you can do some overtime to, compensate for it. Well, when you have a man can say, "No, don't worry about it, babe. I got that." Now you don't have to work that overtime. Now you don't have to put as much stress on your body and your mind. Overtime is just what it sounds like. It's too much time. You're putting in more time. Our bodies need to heal. We are not supposed to move around in life as worker ants like this. We're supposed to enjoy life too.
No, he told me already. He's like, if you don't want to work, you don't have to.
Okay. That means he's found what he deems as the prize then. He's found what he deems that, let me see. You are supposed to work. You are supposed to work like that forever. Invest correctly so you can free up time. I think she meant you aren't supposed. Right. You're not supposed to work like that forever. Especially a woman. Especially a woman. If I have you going out there wrestling with the toughness of the world, well, that's going to steal some of the femininity that I love about you. I need you to be there in your softness when I get home from work. But if you're going and you're dealing with the harshness of the world the same way I have to, there's going to be some times you come home from work and you're a little pissed off. There's going to be some times where there's an employee who rubbed you the wrong way. Now, when I come home to you, you're not in as good of a mood as I would like you to be, right? And this thing has worked a certain way for all of our lives. But feminism taught our women to get away from the way that has worked since the beginning of time. And it's a good thing that you didn't fall for it, though, because, you're still a valuable woman to a man, and you were able to secure a man. I know he works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were able to secure a man who even bare minimum, if you wanted to, you could quit work. But even if you wanted to get a part-time job, you have a partner who you can do that with.
He told me that you want to do what you want to do, then go ahead and get a small career. Go do what you want to do. You want to go back to school, I'll support you. You want to do whatever, go for it. So,
what have you guys
really
talked?
Appreciate me for that.
Have you guys talked seriously about this living thing that you have going on?
Yeah. I mean,
that's tough.
I'm working on that right now. It's really hard. It's really, really hard. I need to make it happen.
Yeah, that is really tough. Like, the reason it's tough is because you guys aren't going to be able to embrace each other fully until you're in the same city. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I told him I won't go through it until we actually get married.
I agree.
Then I know I have somebody to fall back, because I'm not just gonna sell my house or rent my house, and then all of a sudden he found a 20-year-old, a 25-year-old, and what am I gonna do?
I agree 1,000%. So I think that you've already done all of the right things. You got any more questions before I go?
No, I mean, oh, another thing, I just wanted to tell, I don't know if there's how many women are listening, but if your man, don't, how can I say this? Don't starve your man. If you do, he's gonna go look for something else.
You better believe it.
And that's gonna be your key for you. If that's your thing, that oh, I'm gonna leave him because of that,
Right.
and it's on you. It's your fault.
Are you
Things
on
like that.
are you on YouTube? Do you have a
No,
YouTube account?
no, I only have a TikTok. I come up here sometimes to talk to women about not starving their men, treating them well, making them breakfast, make sure his clothes is ironed. I know you work, we both work, but you can do it. You're a
100%.
female. Get up and do it. You can do it. So yeah.
100%. ZF.
Hey, what's up, Stacy? How you doing, man?
Man, everything is good. I ain't heard from you in a minute.
Man, I just been in the comments moderating,
My
trying
man.
trying to keep order down there.
No doubt. No doubt. What you got for me?
Man, I just came up to say I think it's weird how people come up to a show about marriages and relationships just to say they don't want a marriage or a relationship.
I agree,
You know what I
man.
mean? Okay, me and you, we don't go up to, the rainbow community
Right.
guys and tell them how much we love being straight.
Right.
That's just weird to me. Like, why would you put that much energy into something you don't believe in?
Listen, ZF, we know the truth. They do believe in it. They do want to be married. But it's easier to say, I'm not looking to get married anyway, than to say, no men will select me. One of them stings. It
Because they don't want to
stings.
do the work.
Exactly.
They don't want to do the work. I mean, even like you said, Kevin Samuel said, like if you're 300 pounds, ain't no man gonna want you.
Yeah. But
Not
see, in
to
the
go to
black
gym,
community, they try to force you to accept what it has been already said men won't accept. Take me this way. No, we're not attracted to that. But take me this way. No. And we don't know how much clearer we can make it. So it's like, it goes back to what you said. Instead of doing the work to become what is attractive in the eyes of men, they spend most of their time not doing the work, but trying to convince us to accept them the way that they are. And it doesn't work that way. Men want a particular thing. We want a soft woman. We want a respectful woman. We don't want her to have more than one kid. That's it. That's it. We don't even ask them for a lot. But women's laundry list of things is insane. And it usually comes from the women who don't even qualify for what they're asking for.
That's a fact. See, that's another thing. They always talk about this single by choice shit. You're not single by choice. You're not filtered out. You know what I'm saying? Like, men went to the settings and filtered your ass out, and other results are coming up, just not your ass.
Yep. It matters if she. Oh, that's Lunar J over there. I already did that. Who is that? Low. What's going on, brother?
And Stacey, I don't care what you say. I saw Kim Kardashian before the surgery. She ugly, damn it.
There's nobody on the planet that'll say that woman is ugly. Nowhere on this
see
planet.
her before the surgery.
Man, I saw her. Man, that girl was bad before that surgery. Man, are you kidding me? She looked better before the surgery.
Flat back with bushy eyebrows.
You're nuts.
I used to see her up in the club.
Slow Sesky. All right, people, I'm about ready to get back to the show. You guys got anything for me before I go?
Nope.
Yeah, Jessica, we calling y'all single because you are single. I ain't single. I'm married. Stupid.
Thank you for bringing me up.
All right, you take care.
For you every time, I will follow you.
All right, you take care. Listen, bro, this is what I'm telling you, man. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I call single people single because they fucking single. Just like people call me married because I'm married. Like,
Look, man, look.
It's a fact.
They calling us single. They need to be worried about the male loneliness epidemic. Listen, men of a certain caliber will never be lonely. You're talking about, listen, to be honest, you're talking about a high level of the white community if you want to know truthfully. African American men have already been ranked the most desired group of men on the entire planet. They say that it's white men, but it's due to their socioeconomic status. A broke black man is nose to nose with a white man who has his finances in order. So that lets you know without the money, we supersede them. You could say this. Listen, you know what? You bring your ASS on up here.
She feels sorry. She feels sorry for my wife. My wife is walking around the kitchen sniffing.
Come on up here, Jessica.
Home today. I just brought my wife flowers today. She in the kitchen sniffing them right now. I'm looking at her. Y'all dumb as hell.
No, bro, it's just easier than saying nobody wants me. That I'm telling you, the name calling, the need to be right, it's just easier than saying nobody wants me. That's where all of this hostility comes from. That's where all of this bad energy comes from. People who have gotten a glimpse of what their future is going to look like, and rightfully so. If you think about it, they have every reason to be kind of mean and stuff. What if a judge told you, I sentence you to the next 20, 30 years of just being a jump off, a late night booty call, and not having a man? Man, you'd be pissed off too, man.
See, that's why they don't got no profile picture, because they ugly in this motherfucker. They big backs and they ugly. I said what I said.
I mean, I don't see nothing but logic to it. Won't show a profile picture.
Ain't nobody ever brought these women flowers on a random ass Wednesday.
They haven't.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with these women, dude?
I'm telling you, man, that is what's wrong with them. They've seen a glimpse of their future, and it doesn't look bright. It looks bleak. Looks bleak. Listen, I'm about to get back to this video, man. You got anything else?
No, I just came up here to, one thing. Yeah, I do. Keep tapping the screen. We're at 40K. The show goal is 75K. We got 87 people in here, and about 30,000 to go. So, like, literally, that's like 300. That's like 300 likes per person. Y'all can knock out 300, just power tap, knock out 300 each, and you won't hear nothing from me about likes for the rest of the damn show till tomorrow. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's get a few more shares if we could.
You understand?
Power tap that motherfucking screen so we can hit the show goal. Thanks, y'all.
We appreciate everybody for getting us up to the 40K too.
Absolutely. Hey, Stacey, be safe. Stay
You already
again,
know, my
age
guy.
gap dating. The group of women that have the women have a problem with it because they can't do it. Older women dating younger men know that there is no future in this. It is just a short
Hold on.
time, but again,
I need you guys to see this. This was wild work. She said, soft spoken down there snapping. He said, well, the wife is the one getting the flowers. You better listen. You're not getting the flowers. Listen, Jessica is back, said, you will never reach women talking about cheating. Just some advice. You know what she just told me? You're talking to kids. That's what she said. So there's a certain thing that can be talked about where you just, I don't want to hear that. Children. The most important matters you don't want to talk about. Children. Just children.
they're wasting the most valuable time. If a woman's dating a man 10 years younger than him, when he decides he's done with that, she's just wasted her time. And what you're going to notice is it comes down to time. Patriarchy, gender roles, traditional values, all comes down to time. So go ahead. If I got something wrong on this high value thing, go ahead, join in. But see, the thing is, Heidel, if you type in the caps, man, it's going to block you. If you type in caps, it's going to block you. And I said it the other day. Who can tell you sisters the truth? Who can tell you the truth? All right, this is your second. You need hello?
Listen, did you hear what the late great Kevin Samuels just said right when she said what she said? He said, who can tell you the truth? This woman just basically told me, you will never reach women talking about cheating. Just some advice. You will never reach women talking about the things that matter. And Heavenly Father, I look up to you and I worship you. In the name of Jesus, I thank you for not creating me as a woman, and I give you all praise for creating me in the magnificence of a man. Amen. Not joking.
All right, this is your second time calling. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, Tamika.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Hey, how are you? How many times have you called into my show?
I think this might be my third time. The first time you weren't hearing me so well. The second time we had a discussion. This is my third time.
We've had 2 discussions. So what can I help you with?
I have a question. You make a statement sometimes.
Hold on, Allison. I will get back. I'm gonna put you back in the waiting room, Allison. You'll be up next, okay?
Sure, no problem.
No. You can stay. You can stay, Tamika. Go ahead, Tamika. Go ahead. I make a statement that. Go ahead. Ask your question.
So I've heard you say quite a few times that unmarried women will generally die alone. But based on my observation, if a woman is younger,
what's the question? What's the question? I don't need a statement. Just give me the question.
Wouldn't a married woman who is much younger than her husband die alone as well?
But she got a chance to be married and have a life and have kids. It's not a trick question. 1 out of 3 black women marry. That means 3 out of 4 will die unmarried, i.e. die alone. It's 75% most. It's 75%.
Okay, I was just saying.
It's 75% most.
Sure. Yes.
Okay. So if most black women don't marry in their lifetime, won't most black women die alone?
I agree. I'm not disputing that part.
Okay.
I'm just saying if a female is much younger than her husband, it is likely for him to pass away before her, and she will die alone regardless.
Okay. You're trying to play tit for tat. It doesn't matter. She got married. The other ones didn't. Focus on the one. Okay, you're not married.
No.
And this is and I would say this topic likely bothers you.
No, it doesn't.
Then why are you okay? Then what is your ultimate point? That hey, everybody dies alone. Well, if you want to get technical, Tamika, everybody dies alone. No one dies with somebody else. That's not the point. See, let me explain something to you. Many black women are like you. You always have to be right. You're going to still argue when you're wrong on the facts. If you looked in the chat room, everybody's saying, what the fuck is wrong with this woman? Most black women die alone, and you're still talking about, well, a woman who gets married to an older man and he dies, she still dies alone as well.
For the most part, I agree with all the things that you say. This just particular part, it's almost...
Get off my show. I don't give a shit if you agree with most of the things. It's ridiculous.
It's like talking to children. And listen, it's okay. It's okay. But if you listen to men and let men guide you into the light, you won't be likened unto children, because a lot of your erroneous thinking will be addressed. It'll be supported by men. Yeah. Yeah, babe, don't do that. And you just got saved from doing some childlike goofball stuff. That doesn't mean that the man's never going to do anything ignorant that you won't have to correct him from. But what it means is you need order. Talking to you guys, listen. Shout out to my bro Lovelace, definitely in the building. I won't allow my woman to walk around the house with an attitude for too long. That's a fact. No, we're going to address this. Okay, well, Jessica, come up. Come up, Jessica. She says only women who respect themselves can see through the bullshit. Would you consider yourself a woman who respects herself and you're online cursing, talking about bullshit? Would you consider yourself a woman who respects herself? You are absolutely nothing like the woman who just left up here. Nothing. She runs circles around you, 5 laps ahead. And I'd like to see what you look like, Jessica. Come on up, Jessica. Do you have it in you to come up? You said only women who respect themselves. Do you respect yourself? Do you have confidence? Yeah, you just down there keyboard talking and you don't have a leg to stand on. Listen, PA said I would hate marriage too if I wasn't worthy of one. Makes a little bit too much sense to me. I've been a widow for the last 7 years after 25 years of marriage. I mean, Miss Sharon, you've experienced some amazingness, I'd like to hope, if you were married for 25 years. So I don't think you did anything wrong. Listen, there are some times where a marriage doesn't go the duration, something happens, but you still lived a good life. You still got the experience, what it feels like to have another partner tag teaming the world with you instead of you having to take on the burdens of life alone. You're not supposed to take on the burdens of life alone. It destroys people. It makes people less likable. It gives people attitudes. Give me a second. Boom. Boom. Listen, you turn into less of a pleasant person because too much of the weight of the world is on your shoulders, stressing you out. It's not supposed to be that way. You're doing PTA meetings. You're doing overtime. You're cooking. You're cleaning. You're doing the laundry. You're doing the disciplining. You're doing the homework. Goofy! Morons. It's like we get tired of telling you guys these simple elementary things. This stuff is simple, but you're in all of the glory of your ignorance. Want to tout being an independent woman. Fool. Listen, isn't it crazy that the group of women with the most reported cases of single women is also the group of women who have been ranked the most undesirable to date? It means when you are alone by yourself, outside of supervision of a man, you F up. You turn yourself into something that no men want. It's really that simple. Because Asian men aren't rushing in to marry you in numbers. White men aren't rushing in to marry you in numbers, right? Black men aren't rushing in to marry you in numbers. So the error does not lie within black men. It lies within you. It would be different if other races of people were saying, y'all, black men don't want their women. Shit, we'll take them. But that's not the case. That's not what's happening. It's not what's happening. Yet, meanwhile, African-American men can date across the entire color spectrum effortlessly. I'm not even reading any more of her comments. She's just a child. Listen, I'm going to read this. She says, I'm okay with not being cheated on. Jessica, I want you to know something, sweetie. Okay? I want to tell you something that you've already told us about yourself. Ma'am, you're probably overweight. Right? Okay? You're probably overweight and you're average or below average looking. You probably glue really old, dusty, and funky hair weave in your hair, lace front. But here's what you really told us. Her statement was, I'm okay with not being cheated on. The fact that she thinks that the only caliber of men that are out there are men who cheat is her telling us the only pool of men she has access to is men that cheat. If it weren't so, she wouldn't have experiences like that. She would have stories of how amazing men are. But she doesn't qualify for amazing men. So the stories that she have suggest that men cheat. The stories that she has suggest that if she's going to have a man, it's going to be a cheater. I'm okay with not being cheated on. So in her world, in order to be in a relationship, it's going to be with a man who cheats. That means your value is low, ma'am. And it also means you've experienced on several occasions getting knocked upside your head with the infamous belt buckle jingle. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. For those of you who don't know what the infamous belt buckle jingle is, it's the moment that a man is on top of you and he releases his jungle juice in your belly button. He doesn't roll over and kiss you on your forehead and say, that was good, babe. He doesn't put his arm around the back of your neck. Because your value is so low, the moment that that man releases, the first thing that you hear is that man reaching for his pants, signaling his exit. It's because your value is low, ma'am. Your value is low. All right, if there's nobody else who has any questions or you want to come up with questions or disagreements, we're about to wrap it up. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. If there's anybody else who wants to come up, you have questions for lifestyle or dating, or you have disagreements about the content, you can come up. Classic man, shouldn't you be at work right about now? Oh, that's what that is when they do that. Come on up, good brother. Good brother.
What's up, old man?
Oh, man. Being old, man. Being old. I appreciate you, soft-spoken queen over here supporting the show, rocking with us. Talk to me, man. How's everything been going?
Brother, I am tired, but I figure I come up, I don't get to see you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start going live again here pretty soon, but
yeah, you've been off of it for a while, ain't you?
Yes, sir. Buying houses, man. Buying houses.
Talk that talk, man. Talk that talk. What's your thoughts on the show, man?
No, I caught the very, very end of it. I caught the right up until we had the young lady soft-spoken queen all the way after that point. And you're right. You see the difference in demeanor? You see the difference?
Night and day.
Okay. Yeah, it's simple, man. It's real simple, especially in the dating world. If we act a certain way, right? I know you wear suits like I wear suits. You have a demeanor just like I have a demeanor. You know how to carry yourself like a traditional man. You do. And women see that, right? There's a certain thing that they are attracted to. That's just the truth. You don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to do all this.
100%.
They preach that. They preach that to us, right? Especially on TikTok. They try to tell the younger fellas, see how he don't have to raise his voice. Okay, right. Why don't they understand that there's a certain demeanor that they have to have? There's a certain femininity that they have to have in order to move us. It's the same thing.
I think, brother, man, they are so far removed away from seeing what a real woman looks like. Like, because you got to think, a lot of these women, they didn't get to see Granny. Now, I'm talking about the 20, 25 years ago. They didn't get to see a real woman. They got to see they ratchet ghetto mama trying to turn them into their best friend, right? But I'll say, as far as the older women, bro, they have chosen the devil over righteousness. It's that simple, man. The Bible says, whereby you shall know a fruit by the tree by the fruit that it bears. When you look at most African American women today, does their behavior tell you, no, I bet you she has a relationship. She probably worships the Lord our God. Or does it tell you that this is a woman of the world? We're talking about at 50 years old, bro. At 50 years old, bro, they fingernails long on TikTok talking about period and did. I said what I said. More argumentative and combative than the young girls. It's insane.
Stacey, you realize, as well as I do, you and I have been fighting this war for a long time. We old soldiers now, okay? Everyone else in the world looks at our women as a specific way. And that saddens me. It really does.
Right.
Because my mother is a black woman. My grandmother is a black woman. But my grandmother wasn't viewed that way, right? She wasn't viewed that way by the world. But our women today are viewed in a specific way that is not pleasing.
It's bad.
Okay? So, what trips me out is everyone can see it except them, right? Everyone can see it all over the world except them. And you recognize the truth based off the outcomes that you get, okay?
I stand on that.
I don't see Arabian men talking about taking YT women to Dubai and defecating on them.
Right.
I don't see that. I don't see them talking about taking Asian women and doing that. But they say that about our women. And that hurts my soul, bro.
I feel you.
So, if we removed, I read the comments earlier. One of the women say, we woke now. Okay. You so woke that you still asleep. Because if you remove men from this equation, right, from America, what you think finna happen to y'all?
Yep.
What do you think the rest of the men in the world are about to do to you?
Men who don't care for you or have empathy for you.
The ones trying to, and I don't mean, I'm speaking literal, those who trying to shit on you.
Yep.
Right? So I'm glad True is in here. I told True a couple of days ago in her live, privilege is invisible to those who. Brother, my word for the day is this, and it's to them, not to you, because you're an old soldier like me, man. I'm surprised you still fighting this fight, but you fighting on multiple fronts. You got YouTube, TikTok.
We got something bigger in head. We got brick and mortar coming, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm proud of you for that. But I'm talking to them, and I'll end it with this. Wake up. Stop believing the lie. Stop letting the psyops fry your brain, okay? Because your men do love you, and every statistic says that.
Right.
despite the fact that they really shouldn't based off of your behavior.
Not one
but
lie
they still
told.
do.
You're intentionally turning yourself into something that makes it difficult to love you. You are where black men's bad reputation comes from. You talk about us worse than any other race of women, but other races of women find us very attractive, to be honest.
That part. They don't want to accept that, though.
I mean, it goes back to what you were talking about earlier, and then comes the results part. And then comes the results part. That's the part that you're going to have to live with. Once the results of your behavior, your philosophies, and your ideologies kick in and dictate the outcome, the results you receive, you're really going to be upset because you can also reach a point to where the word irreparable kicks in. The damage that you've done can't be fixed. That can be really bad, especially at the later years of your life when we all need somebody. But you know what, brother? The thing that I love about this platform, you don't have to be trying to drill one or two difficult argumentative, drill it in one or two difficult argumentative women's heads. You don't. You get up here, you do your thing, you push out the information that God has blessed you with, and it's for those who it's for, and for those who it's not for, we didn't have to waste any time on them. That's what I love about it.
So, since I got you up here, do you believe what Shahrazad Ali said when she said that black women are like 14-year-old girls in the mind?
Yeah, I think I said that before I even heard her. I was trying, bro. Because we've been doing this for a while. Black women reminded me of something, bro, and I couldn't recall what it was. Strong, though. They reminded me of something, bro, and one day it hit me. This was it came to me like a year or so later. Children. That's what they reminded me of. I couldn't never put my finger on it, but it was children, bro. Think about their arguments. But what about the men? I know you are, but what am I? And all of this stuff, man. Think about their rebuttals. Think about the things that they're still attracted to and enticed by at the age of 50. These are tall kids, man, is what it is. They're old kids. Even the taste that they have for things, it is a resemblance of kids. If I'm not serious, Fatima, you can most definitely come on up here. And see, that's another thing. They say things. That's another thing this kid like to me. They say things, but they can't really ever substantiate their arguments. It's like a kid. So I came to that conclusion. Look, she says all pass, but you're sitting down there. See, if you don't have it in you to substantiate an argument, could that mean that even you know that your argument is flawed?
No, I don't think it's that. I really don't. I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? A lot of times when I read the comment sections, I think that you do have a point to your kid statement. You really do. And always look, when just the dating market, for example, women will make the argument, I don't want to be with a man that can't provide for me or take care of me, right? And that's a fair argument. But isn't that what we do for children?
Right.
I don't want to be with a man that's not competent or that can lead me, right? Isn't that what we do for children?
Yep. And the crazy part is they actually need it. The world can see that they actually need being led, man.
Well, they'll tell you that they do because no woman wants to be with a man that's not a leader.
But
right?
here's
their argument.
But here's the catch to that, Classic. No woman wants to be with a man who's not a leader. But do all women qualify for a leader caliber man?
Absolutely not.
Now that's the tough part right there.
I say this, okay? See, it's a double-edged sword. If I'm wrong, and let's say we're wrong. Let's say that all women qualify to be with a man that's a leader. Then that makes all women children.
Yeah,
that's what
real.
That makes them.
That's real.
That's what that makes them, okay? But if all women are not qualified to be with a leader, then that implies that not all women are capable of taking accountability. Not all women are responsible. Therefore, in this society that we live in, they're supposed to be equal, right? Well, there are outcomes for those people who don't take accountability, for those people who aren't responsible. And you have to live with that because you are on an equal playing field with men. Therefore, you are not entitled to something that you did not earn.
Right.
A child is entitled to something that
I
they
agree.
did not earn.
I agree. And it's what we're dealing with, man. It reeks of it, man. Shout out to my bro DJ in this situation. Listen, it's like I'm telling you, bro, I knew for a long time, like, they remind me of something. When they come up here, they remind me of something. And it hit me probably 18 months later, bro. Children. I want the ball. I want this whining, trying to get their way about things that they shouldn't have their way about, trying to force you to side with something that shouldn't be sided with, trying to force men to, men have said what caliber of women they're attracted to. You don't want to do the work. So you spend most of your time trying to find ways to convince men to accept what you're saying you have to offer. It's nuts, bro. It's like, listen. It's like going to McDonald's, bro. And McDonald's says, hey, we got salsa and bread sandwiches. And you've already given them your order. And they come back and say, we're not going to give you that. We have salsa and bread sandwiches. No, I'm good on that. Can I get my order? No, sir. We want you to have a salsa and bread sandwich. It's like what they're trying to do. You're trying to force us to accept what we're told you we don't want. And we won't accept it. History should tell you we won't accept it. We'll bust you down, right? But even a certain caliber man won't even bust you down. You're getting those broken 20% of the men who have 5 children and things like that. That's what you're getting. But because you have been judged to be submerged in that pool of men, now you're on TikTok talking about men ain't shit, because the only caliber of men you have access to are men who ain't shit. Don't even know that that's literally what you qualify due to all of the damage that you've done to yourself on the dating highway. You've tarnished your dating value, but you don't want to admit that I only qualify for this certain caliber of man. And that's the problem that's going on, bro. They want to do a lot of dating damage to themselves and still qualify for the top tier men. Listen, bro, we know this to be true. We're talking about even the 250-pound women. You can't tell these women that they're not 10s and things like that. You can't tell these women that they don't believe that they're supposed to be locked in with the elite men. You know why? Because elite men have smashed them and gotten top from them, but they misconstrue that for dating value. That's not dating value. That means I needed some tonight and 3 or 4 of my other chicks were busy, couldn't pick up. And I remember about you. I met you at the club 3 months ago. So, you'll do. I can look at you and tell you should be down with a late night smash. I can look at you and tell men aren't wifing you. Men aren't going into long-term relationships with you just based on how you look. So I believe that you are the caliber of woman who should be all right and really shouldn't object to me asking for some top, to be honest. Listen, ladies, we rank you. We believe that certain of you, due to how you look, due to how many children you have, due to how ratchet or ghetto and you carry yourself in the street, we think it's crazy that you wouldn't be down for a late night session of giving top. We believe it's crazy that we can't even talk to you like, hey, what's up with that mouth? Because of what you've done to yourself. We believe that you should know that you shouldn't be appalled when I come at you like that. The dating damage that you have done to yourself, it disqualifies you for marriage. It disqualifies you for long-term relationships. And that only leaves a couple of other things. And we believe you should know that. Most men look at you and we determine that you go in one box or another. Some women go into the wifey box. Some women go into the, she's dope as heck. You know what I mean? It'll never lead to nothing, but this is my girl right here. Some women go into the ex-only box, and some women go into the disrespect box. The disrespect is, what that mouth do, shorty? We all go into a box. We all go into a box.
Stacy,
what's going on, good
I
brother?
don't know why they think. You know what? I think this feminism thing It really, really damaged them.
Bro, it told these women a new way.
Okay. They really believe that because they can go out and be promiscuous just like men, that somehow they're winning, right? Do you not realize that feminism opened the door and gave it gave the keys to the hen house to the foxes? That's exactly what it did, okay? Because
I agree.
now I don't have to wife you up. Now I can get some ass just easy for me and leave.
Yep.
Okay? Whereas in the old days, if I slept with you, there was a shotgun wedding coming.
Yep. You better know it.
Whether I wanted to be with you or not, right? So now I can skeet on your back, kick you out the door, and get you home, girl, 2 days later. And you really think that you're winning. Whereas I can sleep with as many women as I want to and not lose my value in the dating market as long as I can produce, provide, and have mansions and nice cars and a nice repertoire as far as my job, my career. But you can go be a doctor, but if you got a OF page, your reputation is ruined. It's ruined.
I agree. And they know it though. Listen, we got one down here saying, and they think their insults is hurting us. Bro, they don't even know the difference when they're getting jewels dropped on them and insults, bro. It's crazy to me, man. She thinks these are insults instead of good teaching.
No, she's competing. She's competing, okay? You got to understand something. Some of them are so far gone. It's the first sin that was ever committed by men, or by mankind. You're competing. You're outside of your position.
I agree.
The bottom line is, it's not an insult. I am not up here to harm or disrespect anyone, right? You know me, Stacey. That's not what I do.
Right.
But for me to tell you the truth and it be harmful, now all of a sudden it's an insult. It's an insult if I'm attempting to disrespect you, but I'm not. Right. And that's why I asked the question, do you believe what Shahrazad Ali said, that women are 14 years old in the mind? Because look at that statement. You believe that's an insult. Why can't we have an intellectual conversation? Why do people answer like they're 6 years old? Right?
Yeah, that's nuts, man. And I think that might be something I'll never get used to, but I have learned to not feed too much into it no more because, man, I'm telling you right now, we're talking to kids, man. The reason we know is because we're having adult conversations and that's not working. Listen, we have the most problems out of them when we're talking like adults. That's when we genuinely have the problems. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad Soft Spoken came up here because there was no disputing it. That was wife material right there. There's no disputing it. All you have to do is be cooperative, be nice. Man, being nice goes a long way, man. It really does, man. And it's like, you see what the late, great Kevin Samuels went through? That woman had, why I gotta smile? Like, are you nuts? Why I gotta say hello to somebody? You don't even know how to be civil. You be nice because it's civilized. But yet, you don't have to speak or smile at a man. But if we see you being accosted out in public, we're expected to intervene. That's the crazy part, man. It's just nuts. Like I said, we're dealing with kids at this point, man.
No, you're supposed to give up your life for free. Your life ain't worth nothing, right? No, here, let me be serious. Let me be serious. I have the ultimate question, Stacey. I really mean this sincerely. And it's not for you, it's for them. What do you want? Here's your chance on the Stacey Prince Show, and I'm not being facetious. I'm being very genuine. I'm asking Jessica, Raven, any of you women, what do you want from men, right? What do you want us to do? If we could correct the problem by listening to your advice, what would you want us to do?
I want to see this. I want to see. Listen, the ball is in your ladies' courts. A question has been posed to you, and we desire a sincere answer so we know how to act better. What would you, if you had your way, what would you want from men? How would you want us? What would you want us to do to make all of these things better?
Okay, Jessica said a partner. Look now, look at how she wrote it though. Look, that's okay. She said respect. Look at how she wrote it. You see the exclamation point? Right? Now, I haven't raised my voice, and a lot of stuff that they do makes me angry. But I'm supposed to keep my composure as an adult, right? Okay. She said they want respect. They want, let me go to the first one, a partner, right? Okay, a partner. I saw respect, faithfulness, right? Okay. Let's cover those three real quick. Hold on, Jessica. A partner. Here's the first thing. Part of being masculinity, what you're actually saying when you say you want a partner is that you want men to be women. Because masculinity is not about partnership. Masculinity is about dominance. Part of being masculine is being dominant. Okay? Now you can believe the feminist rhetoric and think that dominance is bad, but that's not true. Because you need that dominance to protect you in society.
Yep.
Right? So that's the first thing. Second thing, faithfulness. You do realize that black men and black women cheat at almost exactly the same rate, right? Right? So technically, I can agree with you on that, but then black men would have to ask black women for faithfulness too, right? Because we're like equal sinners on that one.
Hold on, Classic. I have a belief that I stand on this belief. And if you come into this relationship with 2 or 3 kids, you lose some of your rights. You don't have the ask that other people have. If you come into this thing and you got 2 or 3 kids by 2 or 3 different men, you can't ask for what other women can ask for. You don't believe that you lose some of your rights? If a man does cheat on a woman, I'm not talking about profusely or this is what he does. I'm talking about if a man has 2 or 3 mistakes, who the hell do you think you are to be talking about getting rid of a man and you got 2 or 3 children by 2 or 3 different men? I don't even believe, listen, if you get monogamy, I support it and I respect it. But I don't even believe women with multiple children by multiple men deserve monogamy. You came into this thing. Listen, you came into this relationship devalued. So my value has to stay up, but yours doesn't. That's crazy.
Excellent point. Excellent point, Stacey. Take a look. Did you read Raven's statement?
No.
She said, as you should want that as men. Here's the problem, Raven. Notice that when I asked the question, I didn't tell you what women should want. I asked you what it was that you wanted. But I noticed that in a lot of these lives, it seems that women are always trying to tell men what they should want.
Right.
Instead of listening to what men are saying they want, right? We don't value the same things. I don't get to tell you what you should want. All I can do is listen to what you say you want, and I can either decide to give that to you or not. But I never tell you what you should want. I don't do that. So why do our women tell us what we should want? Final thing, and I'll shut up, Stacey. You saw respect on there, right? Mm-hmm. Jessica said respect was one of them. Tell me something, Stacey. As a black man in America, how many times have you done something that you know overwhelmingly help YT America?
That's not my goal.
Even if it was not your goal, you did it.
Oh, you mean inadvertently, like whether or not I'm shopping at these? Yeah, every day, all my life.
Imagine this. Do you realize that there are some YT people out there that if you save their child, I'm just using this as an example. You jumped in the middle of the street, pushed the child out of the way so he didn't get hit by a car. Right? Didn't get hit by a car. But you broke every bone in your body.
Yep.
And you sitting up in the hospital. Do you know that there are still some YT people that after you save their kid, they still would be at home and say, damn fool you was.
Yep.
I wouldn't have did it for your black ass.
Yep.
So my point is, Jessica, rule number one as being a man in society, we know You cannot make a person respect you no matter what you do, right? And you should know that as a black woman. You should know that as much as you've done for this country, and they still don't like your black ass. So, the only thing you can do is stop people from disrespecting you. You can do that, but you can't make people respect you. Trust me. As a black man with my black women, no matter how much I do Day with Dad's programs, no matter how much money I put into the community, y'all are still disrespectful. I can't make you respect me. So try again.
I agree. And a lot of men who have already turned themselves into a quality individual, they're not even going to go the extent of dealing with you through too much of it. Like either you're going to get a... Listen, I want you guys to know this. The way this thing is set up, it is set up for men to get instructions from the Lord our God, Jehovah, and for us to put a program together. You know what your thing is? To get on that damn program. You get on men's program. Men don't get on your program. And if you don't feel like you can do that, then, carpet munch or go find you an attractive woman or something like that. But here's what you guys don't know. Even an attractive woman that you go find, she's going to establish dominance over you, or you're going to establish dominance over her, goofy. It's going to always be like that. Somebody's already going to be the more dominant figure. And she's talking about, we won't be dominated. We don't care. Listen. Here's all I ask that you do. Keep your phones charged up so that when 2 or 3 of our women that we respect can't pick up our late at night calls at 3 a.m., you just keep your phone charged up because that's the purpose that you serve. Just make sure you can pick up whenever we get done drinking at the club and none of our other women picked up, and we can come by and knock you upside your head with the infamous belt buckle jingle. That's it. You can pick a role. You're going to pick a role regardless. You're going to play a role. You better know it.
Well, you out of there.
Man, it is what it is, man. You need to learn how to deal with reality, man. This stuff is nuts, man.
Say, a quick question, and I'm gone.
Shout out to Jag Meddy in this situation. My brother Ether. Go ahead.
Help me out, Space. Why do they seem to think, why do they make these statements like, we won't be dominated? If dudes decided to force you to do anything, ain't a damn thing you can do about it.
Nothing. And it's nuts to me, man.
Let's be honest. Be thankful that we're not like other men in the world. Be thankful.
Yeah, bro. I'm just...
No, that's what it was. That's what I want to ask you. What do you think would happen if they dropped one of these women in Saudi Arabia?
They wouldn't behave like they behave right now. That's it. That's what had happened. They'd dismiss that mouth. They'd dismiss all of that behavior. Just like that, man. See, and I said that before you came up here. I said that before you came up here that, like, listen, I know this ain't your cup of tea, classic, but I believe in domestic. I believe in domestic discipline. I believe that it should go back to the way it was, man. When there's a threat, man should never do anything to punch a woman or anything like that. But I'm talking about snatching a woman up. Dang, where was it? I know it ain't even in here. I'm peed off at myself. I wish that if I find this, then that means.
Stacey, can I say, you see her comment?
Well, I don't see that.
Yeah,
she said that earlier. I was trying to look for it, but she had a. I don't know. What do you know what her comment was?
I just say I read that part where she say, "Stacey, you see my comment."
I saw that.
Put it again. Put it again, Kana.
Dang it! I wish I could find that. Jeez.
No, this woman did not say. That's not what I see. I see women at peace. Are you out your mind?
And look on TikTok. Listen, on TikTok at 1:30 at night. It's nuts, man. See, we up here teaching, getting information, learning information, and dispensing information. But you, who your life is all together just the way you would like it. You on dating channels that talk about dating and marriage and things like that at 1:30 in the morning. That's nuts that you'd even say something like that. What can I say? I ain't seen nothing can I say. Oh, that's where it was at. It was in this phone.
What, you got a video?
Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to find it though. Let me see. I hope this is it. Please let me find this. I wish I could find it. Oh, hold on. You know what? Hold on. I'll do this. I'll do you one better. They did.
Why he searched? Can I see if you can get him to answer that question? What would they do if we left them in? What would they do if we dropped them off in Saudi Arabia?
There we go. There we go. Don't play with me.
You found it?
Yeah. Send me down. That's one thing I do like about TikTok. They let you download stuff. Facebook don't. I think Instagram do too, but I dig that definitely. Instead of having to go through the trouble of screen recording and all of that crap. Okay.
Appreciate you, Mojo.
Let's go on up here. Let's get this thing. Yeah, see, yeah, classic. I know this probably ain't your nature, but it is mine. It is mine. Before I allow you to ruin our house and everything that we've built and all of that stuff, nah, we're going to get some act right going on in this house. That's a fact. We're going to get some act right going on. There we go. I believe in this classic with a wife in a situation like that.
You did an interview, which may come back to haunt you. You know what I'm going to say.
I'm going to go ahead and flip this around. It's Sean Connery.
What, 007?
Did he play it? I'm wondering, did he? I think maybe he did.
Yeah, Sean Connery was 007. He was James Bond for a little bit.
There we go.
Oh, I think I've seen this a long time ago.
Okay, well, check me out.
Okay.
You did an interview, which may come back to haunt you. You know what I'm going to say, right?
No.
Okay. You did an interview in which you said, not the worst thing to slap a woman now and then. As I remember, you said you don't do it with a clenched fist. It's better to do it with an open hand. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I didn't love that.
I haven't changed my opinion.
You haven't?
No. Not at all.
She thought she was finna shame him or something. He said, yeah, and I haven't changed my opinion. Give me a second. I got to play that one more again.
You did an interview, which may come back to haunt you. You know what I'm going to say, right?
No.
Okay. You did an interview in which you said, not the worst thing to slap a woman now and then. As I remember, you said you don't do it with a clenched fist. It's better to do it with an open hand. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I didn't love that.
I haven't changed my opinion.
You haven't?
No. Not at all.
You think it's good to slap a woman?
No, I don't think it's good. I
don't think it's bad?
I don't think it's that bad. I think that it depends entirely on the circumstances and if it merits it. Yeah.
What would merit it?
Well, if you have tried everything else, and women are pretty good at this, they can't leave it alone. They don't want to have the last word, and you give them the last word, but they're not happy with the last word. They want to say it again, and get into a really provocative situation. Then I think it's absolutely right.
To give her a good slap?
Yeah, absolutely.
What if she gives you a good slap back?
Well, then you get into another area. I mean, then maybe she's getting to like it, and then it becomes something else. I don't know. But seriously, I think that it's the last resort. He's not going to do it because he wants to do it. Huh?
Wait till people see this interview. Are you going to get mail?
Might get some female.
Brother, I believe that that's what's missing. Like me, myself, the caliber of women that I select, I would never have to do that. Like, just never. I believe in snatching a woman, like, but not just a girlfriend or something. Somebody I'm married to, we've been together for 10 years, we got properties together, we really built something. And you just raising hell around here. I believe in grabbing a woman. I'll even put a woman up against a wall. Like, who do you think you're talking to? But me, I would never have to do that because I have never selected that caliber of woman. I don't look in the direction of these type of women. But what he's talking about is order. How is it that it's okay for us to spank our children? But listen, excuse me, please. How is it that children get disciplined? Men get disciplined. We go to prison. We get all kinds of stuff. But women don't get disciplined. I don't understand that concept. Can you shed some light on that for me?
Because that is true. Children get disciplined, men get disciplined. Yeah, that's true. Women don't necessarily get disciplined. I think, honestly, that's our fault. I really believe that is our fault because we have allowed ourselves to become puppets or we're dictated by women's feelings, right? In society, we can sit here and watch a woman beating up on a dude all day long.
Yep.
And it's an acceptable thing because, well, what did he do wrong? That's what the women will say. But the men will just laugh at it because, like, well, you know what? It's a woman hitting him. It ain't no big deal. That's how they rationalize it away, right? But then you have to ask yourself, has there ever been any man that was unalived by a woman?
Right.
There has been. So now we're dealing with life and death. So now we say, well, nobody should be putting their hands on anybody. But they'll still write it away as, well, it's okay. It's not okay for a man to put his hands on a woman at all.
Hey, people, I got a strike. I got to shut this down and pull it back up. Unless somebody down there hit me off. I'm coming right back up, Classic.
All right.
All right, brother.
Hey, these are kind of hard on your teeth.
I don't even know where I got that strike from. Shout out to all of my people, my day ones and my stay ones over here on YouTube.
I'll make you famous.
Dead man! Dead man walking!
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Classic.
Yeah, I think it's that video you played. I think that's what it was. But overwhelmingly, I believe I actually agree with you, right? Now I know a lot of people like to believe that we live that color purple life that Kevin Samuels used to talk about all the time, and we didn't. We didn't. We really didn't.
Right.
Not black men. But it was understood during our time as kids. Women stayed in the house with women when they were all together talking. Men were outside or whatever, and they were all together, right? You never saw your grandmother come out and disrespect your grandfather.
Right.
You never saw that. And she damn sure didn't do it in front of a group of men if she did do it.
Right.
Right? So if your grandmother came outside and dudes was smoking or talking or using profanity, they straightened up real quick. There was a certain respect for your grandmother, okay? But at the same time, your grandmother didn't have this ideology that she was better than.
Yep, exactly.
Or equal to your grandfather.
Right.
She never had that. Now, I'm going to leave it at this, and it's your world. Before you ended your live, Gifted made a statement. She said, when you played that video, now y'all taking the advice of YT men. Well, isn't that what y'all been doing? You've been
wearing white women's hair.
Come on now.
I don't get the logic, man. That's why I told you, man. It's almost very similar. Hey, bro, you see that on my head, man?
That no?
Yeah, it won't go nowhere.
Is that the money thing? Is that coin?
It's been there for a minute. The heck? Somebody, what is that?
Is that your effects?
Oh, maybe did I do something? I'm glad you said that. That could be it. But see where I would do something like that. Oh man, ain't that about nothing? The heck? If it wasn't for Classic.
Was that what it was?
Yeah. Daggone effect. I appreciate it, brother. How'd you know about that?
I play with it every now and then. I've been studying a lot of it when I go back. Hey, I'm gonna get with you later on about YouTube, man. I'm gonna pick your brain about YouTube because you've been over there on the battlefield for a little bit.
Yeah, I already know. Anytime, brother.
I want to know how it actually operates. As far as we already know how TikTok operates, so we just witnessed it in real time.
Come on, man. Just drop your number in my DM, man. And anytime you need, I'm gonna send you my number. Anytime you need to connect, you already know what it is.
I got you, man. Let me get off here and get in the shower. I'm tired.
That's what I'm about to do too, bro. I appreciate you coming up, rocking out with us.
No problem, man. Man, respect, much love. I've been watching you from the sidelines. You've been on the field playing. You ain't came out the game yet.
Come on, man. We moving on to bigger and better things. You understand me?
I feel you.
Much love, my guy.
Man. Appreciate you.
Shout out to my brother Classic. Oh, the first James Bond. You might be right. You might be right. All right, people, we gonna run up on the 4-hour mark. We're about to get up out of here. King Solomon definitely in this situation. Appreciate the love. Jag Medi definitely in the building, rocking out with us. You know what it is, people. I appreciate all of my people supporting the show, keeping us rocking. We're out of here.